recording on OBS now. Cool. Okay, cool. And then let me open. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I saw it out. Yeah, yeah, I saw it out. Okay, so I made that combine as 50K. Yeah. And I want to know what month shall I do? What month shall I do a whole year? That's too long. I'll just do like I got told to just do this month because May was pretty difficult, but also we kind of know what happened. So shall I just do uh March, April, May, or April, May, March, April, May, December 2024? December's crazy. Last month. Yeah, March. Yeah, I think March to May sounds good. So I'll do March till today. But you guys need to help me out because I actually don't know how to use this. We did April yesterday. That is true. But we'll include March. We'll include March.
Husband, all good? No
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
problems?
it's all good. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, bet. And then are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. All right, G. Let me know if you need help with anything.
Cool, cool. Thanks, bro.
All right. Bye.
So yeah, why don't you trade a lot? Yeah, I think just even though we did April yesterday, we'll do it again because it was still a difficult month. So we'll do February, March, April, and May, or maybe we'll just do like. Okay, so obviously I need this, right? Why is it? Okay, why is it Ducoscopy? What does that mean, bro? Is it US 500? Bro, what? What's it called? I need ES. Yeah, here it is. Okay. I want to make a layout so you guys can see split screen. Thank you. Is it not NQ? What? Hold up, hold up. Thank you. Bro, it doesn't say that, bro. I don't understand. Scroll. Yeah, I got premium. I got premium. I got. Do I have to get pro? I'll buy pro if I have to get that. But it doesn't say. It says here metal index. It says index. It doesn't say futures. It's the same thing, bro. Guys, it's the same thing. Let me buy pro. Let me buy pro. One sec. Give me one sec. I'll buy pro right now. Guys, call me broke. Yeah. Let me buy pro right now. One sec. One sec. One sec. One sec. One sec. One sec. Let me quickly buy it. One sec. One sec. One sec. Give me like 30 seconds. Yeah. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. Upgrade to pro. I got the other one. I got the intermediate one. Let me upgrade this. I just waste my money like mine at all. Let me quickly do this. Yeah. Let me quickly do this. Oh, it already has my details. Cool. Yeah, I bought it. Okay, it took like 10 seconds. Cool. And now it's just loading. Okay, I bought it. Cool. Now I'm pro. Okay, I'm pro. I'm pro. Pro. Let me start sharing my screen again. FX replay. Okay. Oh, cool, cool. Say now. Can you guys see now? Yeah. You can see it's pro. Yeah. Cool. 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 Oh, lovely. Progress. Progress being made. Cool. We'll go back to home. Okay. Create a session. 50K. So if I type in NQ now, will it come up? There we go. Lovely. MNQ. I'll just do NQ just in case. We'll just do one mini risk. And ES. No? Is it called ES? What's it called? MES. So why is there no ES? Oh, there it is. Literally type that. How do I get a split screen layout? Does anyone know how to do that? It's later? Cool. First make it. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. And then you guys said March, April. We'll start with March, obviously the 3rd. And then we'll just do today, so 25th. Yeah. Create session. And then you start it. I need to fix this as well so it can be easier. Cool. I hope it's not too too let me fix this as well so you guys can see. New York Times. Oh, yes, they already saved. Cool, cool, cool. And then let me make this New York Times so you guys. Is this New York Times ready? There you go. Okay. And if I press next day open, it should be. There we go. Mark. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think we're good now, right? We're good. We're good. We're good. And then obviously I'll do the split screen now. It's this and then this and then this should be. Yes. There we go. I'll make it small. All right. Everyone understands now, right? We're all good, right? There's nothing else to. All good. Sync interval, yeah, I done that. Yeah, everything good, everything good, cool. Right, so I'll go through my thought process and then I'll enter there and we're good to go. Okay, cool. So first, okay, so we basically know what happened already. So first you got on a higher time frame, right? So this is 3rd of March. Obviously the sell-offs happened during the tariff season. So you obviously open 4 hour on both time frames. Let me check if I'm recording. Am I recording? I'm recording. Okay. So you're checking on both time frames. As you can see, market opens here. We're kind of low already. We're displacing lower. We have this 1 hour imbalance here. Obviously wait for the macro. So let me just, from here on out, we're more bearish than bullish, but obviously you always wait for macro. All right. Always wait for macro. And then let me just skip to macro. So we displace lower. That's 40, 940. Boom. Okay, we come up. We do form an SMT with this low, but you don't want to pattern trade it. Wait for price to go higher. Okay, so now macro is about to open soon. We displace through that BISI. Macro opens in 3 minutes. You could enter a trade when disrespect to the SIBI, I mean the BISI, but you don't want to get in too early because things like that can happen. And let me put this in 1 minute as well. Yeah, we're just popping right now. So as you can see, macro has opened now. So when macro opens, right, we want to look at this time frame here. What's price showing you? Yeah, we're not really trying to go lower. ES looks more bearish though, but NQ is just chopping right now. We haven't got any form of internal manipulation either. We have this little SMT here and price is still holding it. You can see we came back lower again, disrespecting this BISI, but we never displaced lower. So we have to wait if we're truly bearish. And then we can flip bias if we displace through this high and then we can target these highs up here, right? Because this is nice draw. Then rather than to sell, because then selling is kind of hard. You don't know what the draw is. But we wait. As you can see now, okay, we displace through the SIBI. We have some internal manipulation, but not too much. Okay. Okay, but still, again, I wouldn't enter. We're forming more SMTs here, but we just have to wait. Once we displace through those lows, then we're good, right? Okay, we're almost reaching, I think 10 a.m. now. 55, okay. Like I said, every 5 minutes, you want to see what the 5 minutes showing. What we doing? It's kind of hard to tell what we're doing. We're manipulating higher and we're manipulating lower. Then you want to look at ES. ES is showing more bearish price action. So, and this wick here looks pretty nice, right? We obviously, if you see a wick like this, what's price most likely going to do? Lower, right? But obviously you wait, because if you was to enter short now, you could get bombed. Okay, there we go. That's 59, yeah? So one entry was here, but then again, it's quite difficult because we didn't get any internal manipulation other than coming up here, but this was a nice entry here. So if you cap this entry, it's pretty good off the inverse, right? That's one entry, but PXL could be easier. So that's 10 a.m. open now. So obviously when 10 a.m. opens, you look on the 1 hour, obviously the 4 hour, yeah. But we wait, okay. We come in here. Now we don't press sell straight away. We wait for price to show us we're going to go lower. Yeah. Could enter shorts here. Could enter shorts here. Wait, we wait now. Now I'd wait again, right? At the end of the day, what's our draw? We don't have a draw. You could just target your 50 points. Yeah. Bro, this is difficult, bro. Flipping out. You could enter here. How do I enter? I should say one, sell, and then stop loss. How to stop loss? Bro, I want to, what? I want to drag it. What? Oh, there we go. So stop loss, you could go up here, or you could go here. But this entry, the reason why I'm entering here is small risk, and also because we're just manipulating low again. We're not going higher. There, see? And obviously you want to target your 30 points, so you would enter here. And after every trade, you guys can ask questions, yeah? This top is pretty big, so it's not that big, but there's your 50 points, right? Bam. It's bombed. Okay, let's see what price does. Okay, now mistake here. Wait for internal manipulation. I guess this wick here, we saw this respect to the civ, you got bummed, then came lower. That's your first loss, yeah? That's your first loss. Yeah, backtesting is not my thing. But here, okay, the reason why I got topped out here is I guess I saw the civ respect, and then we put price here, stops. Maybe the stops here is much better, I'm not gonna lie. But that's just too big, you know. Who would have a 64-point stop? But yeah, then price eventually went our way. There you see. So the balance for everything is right, but executing like this is poor. I guess you just have to wait more longer, you know. But the entry here was good. Yeah. I'm just learning as we go, yeah, because this is highlight. I've never done backtesting before properly, so I'm trying to learn at the same time. Okay, next day open here. Wait, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I'll say nine. 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Ten. No, 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 no. I'm learning. I'm learning. On the 1 minute. Yeah, 10 seconds. Don't forget news. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll see you in 10 seconds. Any more questions? I'll do. I'm just looking at chat right now. TP and SR gets placed like that. Okay. And news. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. 10 seconds. Bang. 10 seconds. And then news. I think it's here now. Where's news? Is it not here? Who knows how to do news? Top right, top right. Cool. Bro, listen, I'm blind. Oh yeah, right there. Cool, cool, cool. Say nine. Let me filters. Bro, what? There. Yeah, apply. Okay, here we go. Cool. Today is Wednesday. We have no news. Cool. Let me drag this back. Cool. Okay, now we understand. Once again, same type of thought process. We're clearly in a bearish trend. We hopped in this 4 hour Sibi. We whipped it once. We're respecting it. The draw, you could say this low here. So at the end of the day, when you want to trade, you want to see the draw, right? This is a nice draw. We're showing price going lower and we're chopping lower. But you want to wait for price to show you that. Let price display. So, bro, but then let me wait for macro open. See now, let me wait for macro open. Hold up. Bro, why is it? Okay, we displaced lower. We took out that low. And let's see if we took out that low in ES. We didn't. You guys can see that? Look where it's hovering. We didn't take out the low in ES. So there's a potential SMT here. And the way we reacted is pretty strong. And then let me wait for macro open. I think macro's opened. Boom. Okay, macro opened here, right? So let me go back to 10 seconds. Yeah? Now, just because we swept that low doesn't mean we're still bullish. Just because there's an SMT here, we have to see what price does internally for us to respect that idea. So macro's opened here. We have this BISI here and this BISI down here. And ES as well. We have these highs that we can target. These are a lot of highs here, yeah? So let's just wait for price. So macro opens, obviously the 5 minute, 15 minutes, massive wick. Doesn't mean price can't still dump. We need more into a confirmation. So let's see. Okay, so we've tapped this BISI, but is it enough? So obviously, just because you see this candle here doesn't mean you enter straight away, right? We still have lots of space left for price to come manipulate. So let's wait for internal manipulation. See? Okay. What does that say? We might inverse this again, you know? ES looks like it's bearish as well with the way we close within this CIBI. And you could consider this as PXH with ES highs. But let's just see. There, see? Okay, so we're respecting this BISI on both pairs. When you see this, what does this mean, right? We hopped into this BISI. We come up here, completely invalidate the idea we're going higher, and we might close lower, like that, right? So we close like that. So now from here, you could potentially try short. But if you want some more confirmation and you want to see price fully disrespect this BISI, you can. But for those that want to get in earlier and just would rather anticipate price displacing than waiting for displacement, you could. Yeah. So now here again, we closed here. You could enter short here. ES is fully disrespected now. So let's wait for the way. Let's see how this candle closes for us to enter shorts. See, now we haven't really closed bearish yet. We're still in this BISI, still respecting this SMT idea as well. We have relative equal lows in ES. So let's see if price wants to go lower. ES looks nice and bearish as well. Nothing yet. Okay, now we're forming something. We've kind of filled this 5 minute order block. Nothing yet. Okay, still nothing yet. No confirmation just yet. Okay, now here, if this candle closes like that, then we could enter shorts. Okay, nothing yet. Still nothing. Generally nothing. Okay, now we've displaced through. You could enter shorts here, but me personally, I wouldn't risk it because we still kind of retraced higher. And you could enter off the retrace, but I wouldn't risk it. Not gonna lie. And maybe just that family looks nice. That family does look nice. Okay, rebalance. You could enter shorts here. So stop loss. I would enter shorts here. Put your stops above here. That's too big though, isn't it? Yeah, it's a mad stop. Could go up above here. But I forgot to put the candle close on my days. Let's see what price does though. Okay, wait, 30 points. Where's the 30 points is here, so you could target the slot that we formed. But if we're on 50 points, we already hit that as well. So wait, how do I do TP, guys? Wait, I just said top right. Oh, the FX people aren't accurate, yeah? Does everyone understand, yeah? Same thing? Okay, click X. Okay. Click. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. But let's see how much this rise, because if we can tell price wants to melt, we look. One thing I need to guys need to realize, right? We took out this low, but like I said, doesn't mean we go higher now. Just because there's an SMT, you don't want to pattern trade SMTs and think, yeah, SMT, cool, let's long. Buy here, no confirmation. What did I do? I waited, bro. Even here, I didn't wait. I waited for an entry. We didn't get really a lot of internal manipulation. So I just waited, and then when I see this wick, basically this level here, it got reacted, then it got inverse. So obviously, it did like it reacted off of it, came lower, displaced through it, and then tapped the level again with this wick here. But your 50 points got here, so I'll press X now for 50 points, right? Save. But it will go lower. You can see here, went a bit lower, and then let's see if price holds the area. No. Let's see if it. Damn. What was that news? I thought there was no news. Okay, there was news, but we closed the trade. We closed the trade, so it's cool. How many points did I target? 50 points. 50 points, 50 points. Yeah, so obviously if there was news, it doesn't say here. I don't know why it doesn't say here. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I don't know why it doesn't show here, but it's cool. I guess it was just 10 a.m. open, yeah. So we got our 50 points here, bang. Very nice trade. And let's now if bias may flip. Yeah, see your bias may flip. Okay, cool. Next day, we got our 50 points. So obviously, if there's news, you close before, or you wait for news to open then trade. But it didn't show me there was news. Yeah, cool. That's nice. Can it load? There we go. Okay, once again, same thought process. 4 hour, we're still in a bearish trend. It's a Thursday. There should be no news yet. Thursday, no news, right? Yeah, we are bearish. You guys can see there's draws here. I think that's not SMT now. No, that's not cool. So we're dumping. The one eye looks bearish, but obviously you want to wait for manipulation, right? So we have this draw here. Doesn't mean you target it, but it means you trade towards that direction, which is obviously bearish, right? But let me go on the 1 minute and let macro open. So okay, macro opens there. Yeah. This is my thought process, right? We have this target right here, very close, like literally like 20 points, maybe less. Bro, 13, cool. So you're expecting that to get taken out, right? Now you obviously there's this SMT here that's going to make price go higher and rebalance, but you know the bias is nice and bearish, right? Unless ES took out that low that we marked out, which I don't think it did. No, see, ES didn't take out either. So you're assuming and you're confident that it's bearish. So in a bearish trend, the high time frame bias is nice and easy. So right now, what would you wait for? Some manipulation or price displace, and then we can hop on more shorts if it closes below that candle that we marked out. So you wait, macro's opened, nothing much yet. You don't want to anticipate price dumping. You want to wait for some internal manipulation, right? Bang. Okay, so we've displaced past this high. So this SMT is still holding. So we want to see how high price wants to go first, then come lower. Okay, so we have the SIBI here. Yeah, we have the SIBI. So let's see if price closes below or respects it. Okay, bang. Now, this candle here, we technically got a manipulation already, right? We swept this internal high. Yeah, we swept some liquidity, and I think we may have tapped into something as well. 15-minute order block, right? Yeah. So let's see if this candle respects the idea that we're going to inverse this area here as long as it's busy. Okay. Dang. So realistically, you could go short, but let's just wait how this candle closes first. We tap it. Let's see this candle as well. It's probably going to dump. Yeah, cool. So this first entry was pretty good. Once you see price displacing, you could enter shorts. But now I'm at the stage where I've already missed the entry. I've kind of missed the entry already, so I could just wait for another candle. That one here, could enter there as well. But we wait. We just wait. There's no point rushing. All right. This candle here is pretty nice as well. But like I said, there's no point rushing, man. Generally, no point rushing. See, if this candle closes nice and bearish, then I'll probably enter. Okay, so this candle closed nice and bearish. Let's see if we close below that candle as well. All we want was our 50 points. Yeah. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yes, price is going lower, but you want some actual strong confirmation because look, this candle here probably stopped out so many people. Like people that enter shorts here, targeting this low, and then they see price displace lower, and then they completely see a flip and they get stopped out. So it's just best to wait, you know? Okay, now we've taken out this high again. We tapped the same area. We're approaching 10 a.m. We are actually, we just opened 10 a.m. Okay, open 10 a.m. just open. Still no trade. Still no trade. Still no trade. It's just chopping. Still no trade. Yes, now we're just bullish now. We're still respecting this little SMT here. So me personally, now it's almost 10:05. I wouldn't trade. I would obviously hop off now. It's 10:05 unless we see something now. No, see, think like look how close we got to that low, and we eventually reversed. So you see my point. So here I would take no trades. Yeah, because you have enter off the inverse alone. Um, this inverse here, you could have anticipated price, but you don't want to enter and then price just inverses you more. You know, you could enter here and then, but then naturally you want to target 50 points, which it did fulfill that. But again, me personally, I would want to see proper displacement for price to come lower. Barker PA, exactly. Yeah. Any questions? Am I doing good? Am I actually helping you guys? That's what I want to know. I wouldn't change my bias. No. Okay, that's good. I want to change my bias mainly because we have that low that's like 15 points away. So if we see something like this, you're gonna expect price to eventually come there. And if we just go on 1 minute and see it, price will probably eventually go there. Let's just wait for it to load. No, let's see if price goes there. Maybe the next day. But like when you see something like that, you want to anticipate price is going to displace for that candle. But if you wanted to enter longs, yeah, see, it took out like after 2 hours. So this was just rebalance. You could enter longs. I think was there an SMT here? These two wicks here. No, it wasn't. It was just like a nah. See, my point. You could enter shorts here and then target your 50 points, but it's not enough for me personally. Like, yeah, you had your internal sweep, you had your busy disrespect, you had a price tap in, but then it's just not enough for me personally. I was considering entering short off this candle here, and then price displaced lower, then completely close back up again. So most guys will go stopped out in two candles, you know. So it's just best to just wait for price to show you proper confirmation, and I guess eventually it took out the low. So yeah, next day open. Mark out standard deviation imbalance. Oh yeah, okay, I'll show you guys standard deviation. Why I focus on shorts though? Because we had that low that was very close to it. Like we were 20 points away when market opened. So yeah, I'll tell you guys how I mark out my mark. That's news, right? Yeah, I'll tell you guys how I mark out my standard deviations. Um, what I do, I use a standard deviation mainly for high time frame. So I'll do it off manipulation wicks. So there's obviously different ways that you get taught on how to do standard deviation, yeah. But the way I do it is I don't know if it's saved or yeah, that's how I do it. Pretend the settings are saved, right? I would mark out from here to here like that, and then obviously that's how I do it. That's literally how I do it. So I put one is the wick high, and then zero is a bit low, and then your levels are above. If you guys want me to add the levels, should I add the levels? If you guys use it, I don't use it, but I personally don't use it. But do you guys want me to add the levels? The LGBT fib. It's cool, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's how I mark out if you guys wanted to see how I mark out. But there are different ways. And then obviously you're gonna have your 2, 2.5, 4, and 8, and you'll see price respecting those levels, especially in the high time frame. Anyways, next day, what do we see? We have this SMT here. Let's look at our draw first though. Well, it was me and myself. Let's look at our draw first. We have this low here. Relative equals on ES. On 4 hours as well. No sense of manipulation to go higher. I mean, we respected this SIBI here, this SIBI here as well. So we were showing signs of sells. We just took out these lows just now, so let's consider that. And if we wanted to go higher, right, The way price wants to go higher, we need bullish structure, right? So we form this external over here. We come up, we take it out. Then you would expect price to do that. So it's mixed bias today. No news, I think. Let me double check. No, yeah, that's Wednesday 12th. Yeah, no news. So let's wait for market to open. So one, two, for my market to open, sorry. And then wait, it's open now. Okay, it's opening now. Cool. So yeah, I showed you guys the SMT we had here, right? So that's SMT plus turtle soup. And actually, I couldn't remember this day. So you see your setup here, right? A lot of people try to enter. I don't know if people entered here, but here was a pretty good entry. Yeah, so but it's pre-macro. You don't want to get used to entering pre-macro trades. And I personally done this myself before. I used to see a day where pre-macro was good, and I think because of the news, you're allowed to enter pre-macro a few minutes before if you see your setup. But obviously, I didn't consider that. So some people actually took these longs. I remember that. So yeah, so let's wait for macro to open, see what we see. Okay, macro's opened here or here. So we have the 5 minute displacing higher, 15 minute displacing higher. We have news high, but we don't want to marry the bias that price is going to sweep out that news high, yeah? Let's not act like data high, data low merchants, yeah? Okay, so we displace through this high. Let's see if we close above this high. Okay, nice close above. So now it's 49. At this point, you don't want to force longs, right? If you see the time like 49 or 54 or 59, let's just wait for the 5 minute. You might as well. There's no point trying to rush the entry. Let's just wait for the 5 minute candle, see if that rebalances. Okay, not really nice closure. That's nice closure. Boom, the 5 minutes opened. Um, Nothing much yet. We've actually manipulated high to come lower. Okay, nothing much yet. Mm, Me personally, I wouldn't consider entering right now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, you could and enter here and then target here, and I think that's your 30 to 50 points. Yeah, it is. But like me personally, there wasn't enough for me. We had anticipation of PXH, but we kind of closed below, then closed above, and then you kind of basically missed your entry. If you see, like, if you want to enter off this PXH here, right? If you completely like say, who cares? I mean, I think I trust my bias. I'm going to enter as soon as price taps, which is not a really good habit to have, and you put stops below here. You could do that. But then with me, the way I do, I wait for proper confirmation. So we see price close here. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting now. And then we see price close here. I'm like, okay, I missed the entry now. So we just wait for some proper internal manipulation. So this is kind of manipulation, but let's see if we inverse this SIBI. No inverse. Okay, so now bias has flipped. Bias has technically kind of flipped. 10 a.m. open. Mm, could enter longs here. Why? Okay, let me explain to you why I would consider entering longs now. So the 1 hour rebalance lower, price is showing higher price. Um, I would only target 50 points though. I wouldn't try to target that high. The reason why I'd consider, I'm not going to enter just yet, but the reason I'd consider longs is because we have this SIBI, we close like this, and then price comes lower, then closes up higher, anticipating that price will disrespect the SIBI, which we did on ES as well. It's kind of like a manipulation to move higher. So longs here will be nice, but it's pretty late. So if you could, you can enter longs here, but yeah, it might work out. Let's see if it works out. So okay, we're popping. So if I was to enter here, we'll get 30 points, but then again, the area just seems more bearish than bullish, so that's a little scalp you can catch, and then price will flood. So the shorts will the main answers here. So me personally, no trade day, no trade day. Yeah. So the long setup was here. I remember someone specifically saying that if there's news at 8:30, you can try to enter a few minutes before macro, but I didn't see it because I was obviously on the high like 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute. Yeah. Why is Osman waiting for? I need to read that. My chat's bugging out. Yeah, so I'm waiting for it because it's to show what price actually wants to do. Yeah, it's fractal exactly. Yes. Yeah. Bro, my chat is bugging. Hold up. It's the tariff news. Not. It's kind of June. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It was when price was dumping. So let me go to the next day. So this is my thought process. One thing I mainly use, which I haven't seen a lot of people use, that's just what I use, is the way candle closes. So like I said, 54, 50, 49, these times where if price is going to one direction, why is it not working? If price wants to go to one direction, you might as well wait for the price to proper rebalance, yeah? 8 o'clock. What? Okay. Bro, this is gonna take so long. One. Okay, now we've just missed macro open. What? Refresh? Refresh? No, I'll go next day. Okay, are we at macro now? Why are we at 10 a.m. now? That makes no sense. Why is it going? Oh, is it because the time changed? I think it's the time changed. Bro, wait. Uh, it should be 9:30. Yeah. Bro, is it because the time changed? Refresh. Say 9. I'll refresh. So you can see I haven't taken a lot of trades because this was during the tariff session. Um, so yeah, macro. Bro, it's the wrong time again. New York. Okay, 10 a.m. What day is this? Tuesday. So macro's opened. Let's just consider from where we're working now. So we have macro's opened, and let me get the yes. Macro's opened, yeah. It's 10 a.m. right now. Technically, when macro opened, no entries really. We have this long entry, but that's if you're anticipating price to go higher. So me personally, I'm waiting, right? So I would wait anyways. I wouldn't have actually tried to force any entries. So we have a massive SMT, I believe. Yeah. Okay. We have a massive SMT right now. This price is leaning bearish. We have just disrespected this BISI as well, and we're wicking inside this area right now. But we have no displacement yet, so we wait. We're not going to consider entering. See what I'm saying? If this is this news, no news. See what I'm saying? So this is why you wait. You don't want to pattern trade inverse for value gaps and SMTs if the narrative is clearly the other way. So let's see if we inverse this SIBI. Bang. This is a tough DXA. We manipulate one more time. You would enter shorts off here, but I clearly missed it, and price just completely dumps. So the entry here was clearly, I think I remember this day. Entry here was just turtle soup in this external high, and people that tried to enter off this SIBI here got stopped out, and then price went their way because you can clearly see 10 a.m. news was the reason why price moved like that. And now we've missed the entry. So now it's 10:05. There's no reason to enter. No PXO either to enter. So skip next day. Yeah. So like I said, 10 a.m. news. You don't want. Okay, here we go. We are okay. 8:30 news. So now I'm gonna consider the fact that we can try to enter 5 minutes or 15 minutes before, not 15, 5 minutes before the macro, right? We have this high we displaced a past, so we swept it. Okay, look. One thing I want to show you guys. Yeah. We have this external high, right? So how did the candle close when news opened? We closed as if we're turtle souping it. But then what did the next candle do, right? Just because we turtle souped it doesn't mean we pattern trade shorts now. The next candle is basically telling you, right, I'm not short yet, so let's just relax. Let's not force any shorts. So macro is opened. I mean, market open. I'm gonna change it back to 10 seconds. I need to do that. Hold up. Let me just get to macro open. Okay. Macro is opening soon. What's price done? We have formed an SMT here. We're not going to consider that just yet. But let's see if price wants to go lower. On the 5 minute and 15 minute, we're now respecting that idea we're going to go lower. But we wait. We wait. Macro is opened now. So what do? I go on the 5 and 15. What's this 15-minute candle more likely going to do? Is it going to go higher or is it going to go lower? Yeah. Same on ES. We've just taken out this low. So that could be potential bullish SMT for continuations higher. But doesn't mean we enter buys. We just wait for what the 5 minute and the 1 minute shows us, right? Right now, ES looks pretty nice, right? If this was Nasdaq, people would consider shorts off here. But we wait. We wait for price to show us what it's going to do. So we tap this SIBI. We close like that. Here, look, people that try to enter shorts, they should start panicking once they see this, right? We tap the SIBI, become lower, and we go higher, which is kind of like, it's not a good price, unless be the way we close. Okay. Once again, not enough, really. Not enough. Okay, now I'm considering bearish. I think this candle here, why do I consider bearish? Sibi respect, order block respect here, which is considered one, but it depends how you get taught that. And then this candle here, if this candle starts to close bearish, then the sells are correct. See? Bang. Do you understand? I'm forgetting to execute. Oh my days. I'm forgetting to execute. See what I'm saying? Did you guys see that? You guys see that, yeah? Yeah? Did you see that? That's why I wait for proper confirmation. ES looks bearish as well, but use both pairs, by the way. If you just use NQ, it's good, but use both pairs, but don't overcomplicate yourself. So I saw this to be, so some people try to enter off, like they would enter off here, and then, why is it? They would enter off here and they'll say, cool, stops above, I don't know, this wick high, and then we target our 50 points, right? Which is probably this internal though. Yeah. But then at the same time, they would enter that a lot of times and then they would get stopped out and they're wondering why this fair value gap isn't working. So you just want to wait. So I guess this SMT held up here. We had SMT here, showing signs that price wants to go lower. We just accumulate a lot, basically AMD. And then we had the SIBI, this area here, kind of like PXL, sorry. And then this candle was a good entry and this candle was good entry. Now, if you're at this moment, because macro is only open 3 minutes ago, right? So there's still some time left that price may or may not wants to go lower. ES still hasn't taken out this draw. So if you see price hasn't taken out any draws yet, there's still potential chances of shorting. Unless we tapped a high time frame imbalance, like we haven't on ES either. So right now it's looking good. It doesn't really count because we imbalanced that. So it's still looking good for short. So if you miss this entry, consider this as PXL, right? So let's wait. We wait. Okay. Here, this SIBI here, right? So what you don't want to do is when you see a PXL, I'm entering shorts now. I'm expecting price to just reverse off my entry. Things like this can happen and you may get stopped out. Like you don't want to deal with this. Do you understand? You don't want to deal with this. You want to wait because if you do this, you're getting edged. Like it's just long. You don't want to deal with that, right? So you want to wait for price to show you that we're going to go lower. Yeah? Right. At this point, I'm seeing the 5 minute wicking up and it may close below. Right now, the time is 52. So the 5 minute candle just open. So if this candle closes bearish, like that, cool. It's basically a similar concept here, right? PXL this time. So I'm going to actually enter shorts now and see if it works. Yeah, so this is a bit of a late entry, but it's cool, right? It's just for the back testing. Shorts, you could enter off here, but I did not wait for candle close, but I'll put stops above here. Yeah? Hey, that's crazy. This is why I wait for candle close. That's what I'm saying. This is why I wait for candle close. Stuff like that can happen. I didn't wait for candle close because it's back testing. It's annoying. So yeah, you wait for candle close, yeah? This is why I wait for candle close. Why is it not working? Work for me, please. Yeah? See, look, I don't know why price did that. It's kind of manipulative. So that's your manipulation. It tapped the same area again. Yeah? Now it's almost 10 a.m. So yeah, you wait for candle close. That's one thing I'm gonna keep anticipating. Use 1 minute, 1 minute. Do you see 1 minute candles? So like, but yeah, I got told to do 10 seconds. Should I just do 1 minute now? I'll do 1 minute, yeah? Cool, I'll do 1 minute. Because that's why I keep preaching candle close, candle close, candle close. Because look, I enter shorts of this candle, off this order block, assuming price is gonna go lower and we just got raped. Yes, that's our internal manipulation. Then you could enter off here. Yeah. So 5 minute, and I think just want to rebalance much more. So this is PXL entry. And yeah, price went lower. Yeah. And let's say you missed that and you still waited. Now it's a bit too late because we've kind of met the draw already, and then price will just see what I'm saying. Price will just do that. So yeah, moral of the story is I'm not really checking analytics. I'm more doing just what price is showing me, and I'm just my thought process. Please just like wait for 1 minute candle close. So the entry here was nice, and the entry here was a bit difficult because there was not enough manipulation, and you could just get stopped out if you didn't wait for candle close, like I did. Yeah. See, Jack did it. Nice. Yeah. You guys understand? Yeah. Any questions? I want to see some questions. Any questions? If you guys are confused about what candle closure is, I'll explain to you. Any questions, then I'll move to the next trade. So what does S&P have to tell you? How does it affect you for the S&P? It's just I'll use it for S&Ts, but I'll also use it if price is following what Nasdaq is doing. Sometimes S&P is a leading index, so obviously if the S&P is moving lower, you're assuming Nasdaq is also as well. Yeah, so candle closure it's important so you don't get manipulated. So what I just did there is a prime example of not waiting for candle closure. So when I was here, I was like, oh yeah, price is going to dump, and the next candle just completely ran me through because I didn't wait for that candle to close, right? Also, if you see this, right, and you see this candle close like that, you could enter shorts off this candle, the way we close here, and then we just enter shorts here, put stops above here, and then target 50 points. You could do that as well, but because it's backtesting, it's not easy to enter like that. But yeah, so can you enter once you see price manipulate again, or should you wait for price to fully displace below? You can enter as soon as price manipulates again. Why do I wait 5:15? How do you know which candle to wait for? Wicks, bro. Wicks. I'll explain 5:15 basically because that's what the higher time frame is. The higher time frame, the easier the chart is. Yeah, so it's wicks and rebalance. Do I skip no news Mondays and Fridays? Nah. Bro, like before the entry, how do I know if it'll manipulate again? You just watch the wicks, bro. You just watch the wicks. It's more of like a thing where you just watch the wicks. You always watch wicks. What do wicks tell you, right? Wicks tell the wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. If like it's just wicks, it's all wicks. Generally, like this wick here and this body here and this wick here. Well, this basically tells you we're gonna go lower, right? And it did. So you see, it's like a rebalance. It's basically like a rebalance. But yeah, I'll show a proper example next open. Is there news again? This is kind of news. Thursday. I think that's unemployment claims. No news today. So let's just see what price does. We have an iffy bias because we're chopping. So yeah, see, once the higher time frame is like this, is way harder to catch better entries because you want to follow what the higher time frame is saying. So we have this 15-minute, 15 or 1 hour. We have this 1 hour BISI here, and we're working in within it. So we could expect a dump because a lot of manipulation to one side means price will eventually move that way. And then this is market open. So let me get to macro. So look, a lot of chops, but we are going lower, right? Okay, bang. This looks like a nice continuation day, right? Why? I think this is SMT as well, if you guys can see that. You can see that nice SMT here. What is it also? Wicks, basically manipulation, yeah? So we have that, and then we have our target, which is these lows, and I think on ES as well. Yeah, these lows, okay. So, like I said, just because you see price displacing through all these lows does not mean you just consider shorts. Wait for candle closure. See what I'm saying? I'll go on 10 seconds just to make it easier for you guys to see. You just wait. If you, we could do PX off this low here, but the 50-minute has closed below, but doesn't mean we're still bearish, right? Let's just wait for price to manipulate, right? We manipulate up here, we dumped. That's pre-macro, so we can't take these trades. Let's wait for price to actually show us some volume. So look, we took out these lows and we're showing bullish price action right now. Let's see what price does. It's not enough for me personally. Some people would consider entering shorts just because price is accumulating within this range and they expect price to dump. Well, then they'll get stopped out like that. Yeah. Internal SMTs are fun, but you don't want to use that right now. I think this is too difficult in this type of market. So right now we're topping, right? Nothing to see here. The family looks nice and bearish, but just nothing to see here. You don't want to just press sell and okay, there's some nice. Okay, look. But now we're forming some sort of SMT, right? So we have ES making lower highs and NQ making higher highs and NQ manipulating. So look, right, these are the candles which make you think price is about to dump. So one thing about entries is when you want to catch the most accurate entries, obviously you use the concepts PXH, PXL, SIBIs, BISIs, whatever. But what specifically in these concepts does price tell you, okay, now we're moving where we want to go? Is wicks, like I keep talking about, candle closure and wicks. So when you see price do something like this, we took out this high, doesn't mean much, but when you see price do that, and if this also aligns with the 5-minute, boom. So if we close, if this 5-minute close very similar to this, we're anticipating price to then melt and go lower. But like I said, you wait. See what I'm saying? I just basically called it and didn't even realize. Same on ES. ES basically showing price going lower. So now here it's pretty late. So obviously on the live chart, you'll see price actually doing that and you would execute because you're like, okay, I'm seeing price go higher, close here. Let me wait a couple more seconds and then boom, you enter like down here and you can put stops above this wick high because why would price come back up here again if we're going to close like that, right? So that's one thing that I keep talking about. Just wicks and just price. Do you ever enter before a candle if it's closed? Yes, that's if I'm confident. Pull up candle cheat sheet. I don't use 9-minute cycles. I just mark out highs and lows. Yeah, so if price is moving around a target, you're 50 points. So yeah, if price is moving really fast, then I would enter, but then you don't want to catch a late entry. So like right now, you wouldn't enter right now, right, bro? Because we just moved like 40 points. You don't want to stop loss up here, right? Always consider your stop loss as well. Okay, bang. Again, same example. You like I said, because it's backtesting, it's harder to be accurate. But you could enter shorts here, and then put stops above here, and then trail after, and then low risk because it's a massive stop loss. So I want to see how price closes this candle. But assuming we just set this low and we're going to continue to go low, because look at ES, right? We did just take out these lows, I'll be careful. But I'm going to have this mapped out just in case. And if price melts, it melts. Yeah? Yeah? You guys see that? Obviously, once you start seeing price do that, you will trail all the way up to here. And obviously, that's basically PXL again. And that's your 30 points. Let's target 50 points. I haven't actually pressed sell yet, but I'm just showing you guys. Yeah? You guys see that? Yeah? I took this before you opened that day. Exactly. Same for there. You guys see that, right? Basically, practically, just use candle closures, bro. If that's how you read price like a language, and me personally, I'm the only person that I've seen. Obviously, you guys obviously trade as well, but with me personally, I don't trade without seeing candles like this candle here at 51 and this candle here at 50, and it works really well on continuation days, right? If you, bro, I'm telling you now, if you match, well, not match, if you include PXH, PXR with candle closures, because at the end of the day, what is a candle closure? It's price rebalance and then closing to continue, right? It's basically if you go on like the 15 second or even the 1 second, like what's price actually doing? It's just rebalancing on the 1 second to go lower, and that's all literally just matched in the 1 minute candle. So it's all fractal, right? You can see this on the daily, you can see this on the 1 second. It's all the same thing. That OB disrespect can also be another conference you can use that. Well, let me see the OB. Yeah, here, yeah, but it's not really an OB, it's just more price accumulating. But yes, 100%. Once you see this internal manipulation, then yeah, you go in. So one thing about the model we have is much favorable with continuation is internal manipulation, rebalance for the fast off using and show. Exactly, Benzo, exactly. Do you want me to explain that step again? Okay, let me explain my steps one more time. So price is bearish. We had A30 news, and we just seen bearish because we chopped here, manipulating to one side, then we've eventually displaced. We have a PXL here. We chopped within it again. Then we have an internal manipulation, right? So after internal manipulation, you could execute as soon as that happened, which was the first entry, but I missed that clearly. So I wait for the second entry, which is a bit of a more advanced entry where price candle closes like a little like this, right? But this is telling me we are going lower because we close like that. We rebalanced higher and close like this. You could either, if you didn't want to risk and wait for that counter close, enter like that and then put stops above here. And this is too big, right? I did that mainly because there's a chance that price can come into this range and come low, but not take out that high because that's your manipulation candle, right? And then obviously you would trail as soon as price displaces lower, and then price will probably go even lower now. Yeah, but it's off the screen now. You see what I'm saying? And these are the trades where I get the higher R's. Why? Because I'm weird. I target too many points. I'll target like, I don't know, I target like 100 points, which is like here, and that's how I get the RRs where I put my stop loss like that. And that's how you guys see my trades, yeah. What was the manipulation? This candle here, and then this is the rebalance candle. Manipulation candle, rebalance candle, enter. Right. So look, this is price telling me we're going lower, right? There's no bullish structure at all. I don't like when people do this, right? This is the worst thing you want to do. You see internal lows and highs, but it's just accumulating, bro. It's just accumulating. That's literally what it's doing. Don't think this is okay. We just swept a low and we're gonna go higher now, and then you try pattern trade longs right here, dots below here, and you get absolutely bummed. Even if you target 50 points, you won't even get that. You get 40. Yeah. So internal sweeps like this doesn't work a lot, especially on continuation days. It's just gonna use that as a support level to go lower. You can literally see here to the T, right? That wick here, basically the same scenario. Yeah. And also, if you wanted to enter off this Sibi, you didn't get in. Do you understand? And you'll just watch price go lower. And one way to not get left like that is go on a 5 minute, go on a 15 minute. What's price showing me, right? We rebalance like that, we're gonna go lower. Just because price didn't tap your Sibi doesn't mean it cares. It doesn't care about you. If it misses the Sibi, it clearly means something, you know. And same with ES, it didn't happen either. So when you see something like that, you just watch what price is showing you instead of trying to rely on the Sibi, right? Just watch what price is showing you. Internal manipulation. Just because it Mississippi doesn't mean we're not bearish. We come lower, we close. Basically, the next candle closes below this low, and then boom, enter there. Yeah. Do you target standard deviation of liquidity for those higher trades? I use liquidity. Multiple manipulation 2 equals continuation. Yes. Manipulation low multiple times is the easiest way to understand PXL, PXH. Yes. What type of manipulation? Basically just a wick. Basically TS. Yes. Which candles showed you lower? Or was it overall? It's overall, but the candles that basically told me we're gonna go lower now is this candle here because we closed below this candle. This candle here because we manipulated higher and then closed back here and basically moved all the way here. I think we closed here. Yeah, we closed here. This candle here because we went onto this range and then closed here. This candle here as well. So if you miss this, if you think this, if once you see this candle, right? If you see price going more lower and you see price displace through this range, this low here, why the hell would price then go higher? It's basically bearish. You have to put your balls on the table and say, yeah, this is bearish, and you put stops above here. And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. You accept your risk. Target of 50 points, bang. And yeah, you target 50 points, and you can even hold for longer if you want to. But that's for those that like holding. But then you don't want to end up holding for too long, and you get then you get bummed break even. Do you understand? So that's why Salmon says so many times, just target your 50 points, and you'll be stress free. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad that everyone's understanding now. So because I don't think Simon talked about yes recorded yet, but Simon hasn't really talked about candle closures like that. But he understands why because he basically says rebalances, and that's where it is, right? It's rebalance candles, especially on continuation days. Understand that when you see a candle that's about to rebalance and you want to see a rebalance, but it may just rebalance in 1 minute because when NQ wants to leave you, it will leave you. Especially on bullish days where price just keeps going higher, right? So if NQ wants to leave you, it will leave you. And people complain about how price never rebalances to their entry, will never retraces. It does. It just retraces in the 1 minute and you guys can't see it, right? Because it does on the with the wicks. It doesn't have to fall off a value gap like here, right? It doesn't have to fall off a value gap like here. You see what I'm saying? Or even here. So yeah, and then don't pattern trade this PXL, yeah? Because look, why I waited here. I didn't actually enter as soon as price tapped the area. I wait. I see you would get stopped out here. So yeah, because SMT here with these lows. Yeah, cool. Next day. So I'm glad everyone's understanding what kind of closure is. And just watch on the 1, 5, and 15, especially during the macro, because at the end of the day, that's what you're trading. You're trading the macro, the 15-minute candles. And that's what you want to trade. Bro, it always bugs out, bro. One sec. Thank you. Okay, Friday, there's probably news. Seven. Is there news? Why is it not showing me if there's news? I don't. We'll just assume there is news, but I'll get out if it's 10 a.m. news. Yeah. Okay. Once again, high time frame is important, right? You want to see what price is showing you. What do we see here? We see a high time frame SMT. So we are leaning towards bullish more, but it doesn't mean we are bullish, right? Because we haven't really printed out candles that price wants to go higher. We just form like 3 candles, 4 candles that price is going higher. Doesn't mean we can still go lower, right? Because daily is just chopping, right? And in the 1 hour, we are kind of going higher. So we can be bullish. Like once again, if this was the 1 minute, what did this candle show you? Right? We come all the way lower here and then close up here. What does that mean? Price will go higher. Next candle did the same. Next candle did the same. Now we may manipulate over here and then go higher for the macro, or we disrespect that idea and completely go bearish and then target the SMT lows. But let's assume that this SMT is going to hold and we are bullish. But that doesn't mean we're married bias, yeah? So give me 1 minute. Let me just skip to the macro open. Okay, what's market done? We come lower, basically from like a nice AMD for the market open buyers. Yeah, fill the 15-minute BISI here, and let's see. Okay, now at this moment in time, what I'm doing, obviously, is nowhere near market open, right? It's 9:33, I think. Yeah. So at this moment in time, you're assuming price is going higher. You're targeting these highs, but what confluence will show you that we are going to go properly higher? If we close above this high here. If we close above this high here, that's a very strong indication price wants to go higher, assuming ES doesn't form SMT with it, yeah? Which is obviously what it's showing right now, but we're still bullish. It doesn't mean just because that's SMT doesn't mean we're not bullish. Why did someone say some time ago, wait till Poppy PXR rebalance? And he probably called these like, because that's you have to wait for internal confirmation. That's why. So when he's talking about how you wait for proper PXR rebalances, the 1 minute rebalances, like I'm showing you with the wicks, the reason why I used the wicks is because price was telling me we're not going to rebalance anymore. But the proper PXR rebalances is also basically confirmation. The wicks did the same thing. It told the same story. It tells exactly the same story. Like, I'll go back to yesterday's session so you guys can see. Let me quickly show you guys quickly before I like. This is another day. Never mind. I'll show you. I'll show you soon. I'll show you soon. Don't worry. So look, let me back to what I was saying. We want this candle to close above this high if we are bullish. So let's go on 1 minute and see what price does. Do we title sweep this high or do we close above it? Clearly, we're closing above it, and this was a nice entry for those that don't enter in the macro. It's dumb, but don't do that. But here's like a PXO, PXH rebalance here and then entered higher. So assuming what we're seeing right now, like I said, when Nasdaq wants to leave you, it will leave you, but also expect price will always rebalance. So now, not only have we swept this high mad, we're clearly going for these highs here. Yeah, so we have this high, this high, and this high, and ES is also respecting the same idea. Yeah, so we're clearly bullish, and these are the days where you can easily catch for 50 points, right? You don't fumble it. You don't actually fumble it. So yeah, 5 minute close clearly nice. Let's wait for the 15. Okay, okay, boom. 15 minute. You can see, is it macro open? Yeah, no, it's 5 minute. One sec. Okay, one sec. Macro's opened. No. What's price done? Completely displaced through it. Now, just because we left such a fat fair value gap here doesn't mean price will fill it. Price could just go higher. Why? Because the lower time frames, like this 5 minute wick, is showing me that. So don't expect price when you see something like this for it to come back down. Where's the path? For it to come back down here again, then go higher, right? Yes, and maybe price will anticipate that if the 1 minute shows me that. But what does this BISI do here? Easy respect. What does this wick do? This wick does shows such nice bullish price action, right? We fill this fair value gap, we come up, and then we just wick here and you enter here, stops below here, go higher. But I'm waiting because macro just opened and I want to see some form of strong rebalance. And ES as well did a similar thing. So let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, this wick here as well. Similar story, right? There's no internal manipulation, so let's not enter off just wicks, but let's just wait. Okay. Now at this point, right, this 15-minute gap got left. This high got swept, these highs again, so this high is a target, right? We are 17 points away. I'm expecting the PXH to hold this PXH right here. Bang. You could enter right now, but I need more confirmation. See, bang, no confirmation. Do you understand? No confirmation. So you don't want to pattern trade the PXHs and PXLs and say, yeah, cool, let's long now. Price is clearly going higher. You just got bummed again. Do you understand? Why did price do that? We didn't get a lot of internal manipulation. We had this busy fill, we had this wick, but nothing like more manipulative side, you know? Let's just wait for price. Okay, now, rebalancing the 5 minute order block. Still respecting this range. I believe this next candle, okay, nothing much yet. And we're also approaching 10 a.m. soon. So let's just wait. Let's just wait. Bang. See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? I was bullish, but price didn't show me anything. We had this busy fill, but this was pre-macros, 42. We could enter at 44 here and then target 50 points. So you could enter off this wick, how price rebalanced here and close above here. You're expecting price to go higher and then target 50 points, which we actually barely even got that. We didn't even get that. So you probably get break even or stop loss. Yeah. So just wait. Just wait. It's just nice to wait. Maybe 10 a.m. will give us a setup. Okay, we've taken out this low. Bang. Okay, that was 10 a.m. news. See, that was 10 a.m. news. Cool. That was 10 a.m. news. Now let's wait for the setup. I don't think there'll be anything still. So we have this fair value gap. Let's see if price respects it. It's now 10:05. There's a few more minutes for price to. So look, at this 15-minute, we see this 15-minute candle. You're thinking we're very bullish, right? But let's just wait for the lower time frame. Bang. Now you could enter shorts here. Why am I saying that? We rebalanced, right? We rebalanced. We inverted Sibi. We took this Sibi. These are the draws. And the reason why I'm assuming shorts is because this 5 minute Sibi here. If this 5 minute close is very bearish, we're going to go lower. Bang. See what I'm saying? Why? We had this 5 minute Sibi here. Yes, the 15 minute showed bullish price action, but look how the 15 minute closed. See what I'm saying? So literally just literally how many candles ago? Like 6 candles ago, the 15 minute was like a massive wick and it was up here. But look how it closed. That's why I always say wait for candles to close. So you could enter shorts here, stops below above here, but I didn't do that. So do you guys understand? Yeah? Do you still need to wait for internal manipulation or just rebalance the displacement is enough for continuation? Yeah, it's enough, but internal manipulation is always better. Do I wait for the 10 minute to close? Nah, only 5 and 15. So you guys just see what I just did there? Can you find entries in 15, 30 seconds? Nah, I don't use 15, 30 seconds. Yeah? So did you just see what I just did there? I Because this 5 minute Sibi held, and just because the 15-minute candle was up here doesn't mean we're going to close up here. Like I always promote, 15-minute candles need to close, but obviously it's way too late. So the entry here was nice as well, but it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. So up here was nice. Other than that, no entry. But I'm assuming price is going to go lower. It just chops around. Imagine people targeting news data low. They just got bummed, and then now price is going higher. Yeah, cool. Moral of the story: candle closure. Candle closure, so important. Um, Next day, I think this is news. Yeah, kind of. Um, I haven't actually entered any trades, but you guys can see what I'm doing. Like, it's not like I'm lying or anything. You guys can literally see me calling out. But here, okay, here we're accumulating. We are showing bullish price action, right? So if I go on the 1 hour here, there might be an SMT at these lows. No, but there's an SMT with this low, but it doesn't mean anything. We are showing bullish price action though. Yes, let's go on 1 minute and let's wait for macro to open. Yeah. So our time frame is a bit mixed. Yeah, we pumped here after forming an SMT with this. Is it SMT or is it equal it's equal. So we just wait. We just wait for macro to open. Yeah. Okay. From just these two candles alone, we're respecting this 15-minute BISI. Now, this is where price will actually be nice to you. So when you see BISIs like this, where it gets wicked in multiple times, you want to wait for this 15-minute candle to close, which is perfectly aligning with when our macro starts. So let's wait for macro to start. Okay, clearly showing price is going higher, right? So we have this PXH is currently 38, so we still wait. Okay, we had an entry there, but we wait. We don't enter those. Now price is clearly going higher. So what's the draw if we're displacing this much? We took out this high as well. So at this point in time, the draw is very difficult to understand where the actual draw is. But from the looks of how you just tap this gap, we're clearly just going to go higher and maybe target like a 4 hour, like this 4 hour stibby, like maybe the top of it. But like I said, what I'm waiting for now is for this 15-minute to close above this wick here. So let's just wait for 45. 45 opened. What did the 15-minute do? Close above. Similar story to the other one. Similar story to this day. Yeah. So we wait, and the 5 minute we haven't got any really like sort of rebalance like on the 5 and the 1. So the 1, all it did is tap this fair value gap and go higher. Nothing on the 5, nothing on the 15. So what do? We wait, right? Macro just opened. We expect price to come lower, hopefully, because now we have like this little SMT here. So price may come lower. There you go. See, boom. So now we have this small 1 minute SMT and price is showing sell-offs, but we're still anticipating price to go higher. This doesn't mean we're bearish, but let's see how this candle closes. Okay, boom. Now I've formed a really nice bearish structure. Yeah. So if we're truly bearish, let's see if price comes into this range and show us that we're going lower. Okay, we tapped into this BISI. Bear in mind, ES doesn't look that bearish, by the way. All it's really done is tap into this 5 minute and 15-minute candle. So NQ is just more manipulative, right? So let's see if we inverse this inverse already. Bang. See what I'm saying? You don't want to pattern trade these shorts. There's not enough structure for shorts. Yes, we had this 1 minute SMT. Yes, you could enter shorts of this for a quick scalp, but I personally like to trade on along with the higher time frame, and that's bullish, right? So now that we've inversed this SIBI, let's wait for candle to close. Let me go in 10 seconds so it's easier to see. If you can load. Okay, boom. Next candle's opened. Okay, this candle is very, very important right here. This candle is very important. Why? We closed practically above the SIBI. Same on ES. There's no indication price will come lower unless this candle tells me that. And the best candle for me right now is if this candle comes like here and then closes above here. Yeah? So let's see if that does that. Okay, it didn't do that. So now price is displacing higher, but I'm gonna wait now. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Nothing much yet. Okay. Now I could enter short longs, but then my stop loss will be pretty big. If I was to enter longs here, I would have like this big of a stop loss. Me personally, I'm waiting. I don't think I would enter now because right now it's 55, so I'm gonna wait for its 5 minutes rebalance. Yeah, but it may just go higher. Okay, cool. Look at ES, we've just swept this internal external high, so now there's a chance of price coming even lower. But let's just see what price does here. This is an important level here. We've just inversed it like 3 times, so let's see what price does here. See, again, another inverse. Let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, boom. Okay, now we're showing price. We're showing high price, right? We came low. We wicked. The wicks are telling the story again. You don't want to enter buy straight away. We feel this. We feel this BISI as well, which price never tapped into for an ES. Let's wait for this candle to close. Wait for this candle. Boom. Now I'm entering long. So let me actually enter long. Stops below this wick. Buy, and then stop loss. So let me actually do this because I haven't been doing it. You have this stop loss here. Target to your internal high. Maybe we can target more. Wait. Okay, what did I do wrong here? Didn't wait for internal candle closure. Let's see what price does. Yeah, that's one thing I did wrong. I did not wait for internal for price, but I keep making the same mistake. Not waiting for candle to close. Yeah, boom, stop loss. I made the same mistake again, but I'm not waiting for candle to close. Keep doing that. It's so annoying. Okay, bearish price now. Yeah, let's say you took that loss, which was dumb because I didn't wait for price for candle to close. We had this SMT here. Let's wait for price to show bearish price. Tap the SIBI. Boom. Now this is why like on backtesting software it's hard because you can't see what price is doing live. So you could enter shorts here. Yeah. One mistake I made again. This happens on backtesting. You can't see how candle closures when it's actually chopping like this, when you're actually moving the time yourself. Yeah. Now it's 10:08. So yeah, this is the mistake I made, right? I pattern traded this inverse value gap, hoping that this candle will anticipate price to go higher, but we didn't wait for the closure, and that's what happened. That's why I keep trying to like say candle close. So you're not really entry for me other than that shorts. Yeah? Yeah, so what I didn't do there was not wait for candle to close. Oh, is it? Can you do that? There's the amount of manipulation you wait them on a day. Yeah. If it's lower probable, then it will be harder. You used to wait for. Oh, no, we answered that question. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'll do that. Let me do next day. So yeah, candle closure, guys. Yeah, I didn't wait for candle closure, and that's what happens. Let me actually start entering trades now because this is annoying. I want to actually show some good statistics. Yeah, cool. So this is. I don't know what that is. I actually have no idea what that is. Let me refresh. Any questions though? Yeah, ask me questions. Can this go lower? Actually, I'll just do this and then remove indicators and then make the time again. New York time. Let me see if there's any questions. Is this recorded? Yes. Yes. Cool, 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 cool. Did you let that trade due to bearish SMT at the highs? Yes, but also because I did wait for candle to close. Now my win rate is 70%. It's not that high because I have tight RRs and I'm trying to make that less RRs and better win rate. Do you have to wait for candle close if you already have yourself? Yes. Also, always, 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 always. Unless it's a continuation day. If it's a reversal day like we just saw now, it's better just to wait for candle to close. Okay, let me lock in now, yeah, because I need to actually show some statistics. Okay, we have ES, we have NQ, 4 hour, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's actually something that price did. Okay. This is a Tuesday. Right. We have an SMT with these wicks, with these lows. That's one thing to mark out. If we're looking at drawing liquidity, we have this gap. I don't think this is a gap. I don't know what that is, but we'll just assume that's a gap. But let's just see what price does. Let me go to macro. One, wait. Okay. We're displacing lower. We've not seen anything just yet. We're expecting price to continue. Yeah, we're clearly going lower. Okay, macro's opening in 1 minute. What are we seeing, right? Displacement lower. We're targeting, clearly we're heading towards these lows and guess here we're just heading towards these equal lows here. These equal lows, these relative equal lows. So let's wait for the 15 minute. Bang, it's opened. Let me go on 10 seconds. I'll go 1 second actually, just because that's actually easier. Okay, macro's open now, right? We're expecting price to go lower. There's no sign that price wants to reverse, right? Unless it shows us that. But there's nothing to reverse off of. But let's just wait for price to show me that. Okay, now this is too long. I'll do 5. Okay, so we have the SIBI. technically PXL, but it's a large range, so you want to see some internal manipulation within that range, within this mad big SIBI. So let's wait. We're accumulating. Let price show you what it wants to do. We've now tapped this range. You don't want to press short just yet. Yeah, so now it's 50. We've tapped a 5 minute gap, so bear that and keep that in mind. And I think an SMT with that 5 minute gap, which may also work by the way, but not as like before because market conditions change. Okay. Okay, so you could enter shorts now, but it's not worth it because we haven't got much structure to confirm shorts. So let's just wait. Okay. You see that? You see that? Okay, now you could PXL unless price forms an SMT. See, days like these where price pumped or moved way before macro, you want to be careful. Okay, we're showing no signs of bullish price action even though we have an SMT here. ES is about to take out that low. Boom. Okay, now it's 55. The 5 minute rebalanced and it's showing a lower price. So this next candle should be a nice entry unless this candle closes bullish. Okay, nothing much, nothing much, nothing much, nothing much. Okay, this next candle was nice. Still nothing much because we're missing the entry basically. You could have entered here, but nothing much. Let's wait let's wait a bit more. Okay, let's wait, let's wait. Okay, bang. I don't know why I skipped to the next candle, but this candle here, you could enter shorts here and then put your stops above this wick high. It's too big, or you could put it here because we're basically respecting this PXL, right? This was the PXL entry right here, this wick here, but it just skipped to the next candle and displaced right away. So I would have entered shorts here. Yeah, did you guys see that PXL? We manipulated once, twice, displaced through it, came up, tapped PXL, went lower. Did you guys see that? Do you take entries of inversions and breakers or and CSD? Just inversions mainly, not CSDs. Did you guys see that? Do you guys see what I just did there with the PXL? Do you see where price manipulated once, then twice, then displaced through it, and then we used that area as a PXL to go lower? But obviously, because it's backtesting, I missed the entry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when you see PXL, PXH, price wicking within it, wait for displacement, which obviously that's what we do. That's our model, and then wait for price to rebalance into it. Yeah. So that was the entry, but obviously because it's backtesting, I literally pressed the next 5 seconds and it opened down here, which is annoying. But it's gonna keep melting lower, yeah? Let's see what price does. Okay, so how many points was that if you was to enter up here? Nice 40 points, but that's not enough. That was a quick scalp, but I guess it's now maybe we took out something. Did we take out something? We took out that low, but we didn't take out anything else. Oh yeah. Why did we take out this low? Okay, no, we didn't. So yeah, this is just a choppy day, but also those shorts were nice, yeah? You could target your 30 points there. But price will come lower now. Or will it? Actually, will it? No, I don't think it will. Yeah, so when you see stuff like that, you want to target less points because you already moved so much at market open, right? Market open is up here. If we move so much before, like just before, look how much we've moved. Macro is here, guys. Macro is literally here. We moved 200 points before macro open. So what do you expect price to do? It's going to chop, but it will probably go lower sooner or later. Let me just go on the 1 minute. Yeah, then you could target that internal low, but then you'll probably get stopped out at this retrace here. But yeah, so now it's going to accumulate. You don't want to start blowing accounts in accumulation. So when you see price, it's common sense. If you see price displace 200 points before macro open, you're going to target less points. Yeah. Next day, let me go to macro open before I hop on the bias. So yeah, you guys see my thought process now, right? I go on a 4 hour, 1 hour, maybe I'll go on the daily depending on how price is moving, and then I go straight back to the 1 minute. Okay, macro opens there. Cool. Got on 5 second. Cool. What am I seeing right now? We're seeing a bunch of wicks. We have this SIBI that price is with inside it, but there's always a chance price will come higher and then come lower. So let's just wait. Same on the 1 hour. I think this is don't even know what that is. So let's just wait. We took out this high here. Same on ES. We're showing bearish price action. Macro just opened, right? What we targeting? Clearly these lows here, but let's just wait because it may invest to Sibi and go higher. There you go. So you always wait, right? Obviously, macro just open anyway, so you don't want to just enter sells here just because you see price going lower and now macro's open. They'll be down. Do you understand? Like I said, you wait for the 5 minute candles to open and close and the 15. So now we've just inversed both of these Sibis. You're assuming price wants to go higher, right? Assuming. Even though we have an SMT with these lows here on ES, but you want to let price show you that. Yeah, because this could be internal manipulation. But let's just see what price does. Let market show you what it wants to do. Okay. 5 minute hasn't closed yet. I haven't seen much because we have basically like a V shape. So we want to see if price comes in there or not. And plus we've just taken out this high here, which could be an SMT as well. So we have double SMTs on both sides. So when that happens, you just want to wait. You wait, you wait, you wait. We're chopping right now. We're clearly manipulating to one side. We filled PXH with ES, and now we're displacing way higher. So I'm now bullish. Why am I bullish? So we came lower here, we just expected to be, and we're wicking, manipulating to one side up here, and now we're displacing higher. If this candle closed nice and bullish above these highs, you know what the next draw is up here, and then obviously into that range over there with the 1 hour Sibi that was so big. So let's wait. Bang. Okay. So right now it's 54. I'm waiting for this next 5 minute candle because we displaced too much and we're not going to enter straight away. Let's see if we close above this high on the 5 minute as well, by the way. We have. So the 5 minute has closed above. When you see that, you're expecting the price to rebalance, then go higher. Yeah? Okay, we rebalanced a little bit, not too much. I still want to bear rebalance personally. Okay, wait. You wait, you wait. Okay, now we've hopped into this Bissy, sorry. Um, wait for candle to close. It hasn't closed bullish yet. We wait. This could be considered some manipulation. So, okay, there we go. Now, if this candle closed bullish, we'll enter. Okay, now we've taken out that higher from SMT, so now I'm waiting. Unless we close above. We wait, we wait. That's because we missed these two entries. Now 10 a.m.'s opened as well. So now we have this next 15 minute candle and 5 minute candle. So we just wait. Yes, there was an entry here. Technically PXH with the fair value gap. And you could enter here. But at this point, you kind of missed a bit of the move. But you could enter like this, right? And target your 30 points, maybe 50 if you feel like his price is going to go higher. Yeah. There you guys see that? Me personally, I would have entered here. Because this is a nice rebalance, right? Let me move that. Why? Because this is PXH. We displaced above it. We use that area. And we wicks above here. I'm entering off this candle. And if I'm not as confident, I enter off this candle because we rebalanced lower and then we moved higher. And then you have all those points. But the relative and the good entry was here. Candle, because we tapped into this busy, showed immediate reaction. Expecting this this high to get displaced through. Starts below here or here. And we go higher. Yeah? Basic classic continuation day. Such a clean setup. Exactly. Right, when do you say before macro open? Is that 8:38? No, before macro open, I mean 9:30 to 9:45. You guys see that? Yeah. So, like I said, the continuation days are probably the easiest days to trade because reversal days are very manipulative and continuation days are just we're going up. Just don't get stopped within the bissies. No problem, bro. So this is my thought process, right? So I go on the 4 hour, then 1 hour, and then we hop on the 1 and 5 and 15 and wait till the account closes. So this at this point you're like, okay, because 1 hour basically, this 1 hour CB is clearly getting inversed and a 4 hour, but you don't want to be in the trade for too long. That 50 points got met way now, way earlier than before. So yeah, but people that hold their trades, they go through this. So you wait for the rebound and stuff like that. So yeah, so on continuation days, understand that it's not as manipulative and you can see where the draw is, etc. So now as you can see, we had those longs earlier, now we've completely dumped again. So what's the 4 hour showing me, right? We come up, we take out these highs, okay. We have these relative equal lows in ES here on the 1 hour. So we have equal lows in ES. It is an SMT, but we're not showing any indication prices going higher after SMT, right? We from the SMT, we're still coming lower. So I am assuming we are going to take out this low here, but does not mean we then marry that bias. We still wait because we could then reverse off this range and go higher, And there's a very high chance price will do that. Any news? No. Cool. Let's wait for a macro open. Let me be quicker now because I don't want to take too long. What did I just call out, bro? I literally just said it. I literally just said it. Why? I was bearish at first, but I'm not going to marry that bias and then say, boom, we're going to flip in, go lower. Would you have taken an entry before we displaced above it from PXH? Sometimes you can enter off PXH if we displace through the high and you can anticipate price going higher. You guys just see what I just did there? I didn't marry the bearish bias. And look at that reversal. Bang, it's so clean. Okay, so another continuation there clearly, right? We edged this low. This SMT still holding. It wants this. I believe this whole CB is going to get inverted and go higher. But like I said, you don't want to marry biases, right? So we have this equal high range here, and we've clearly displaced above it. But let's wait for 15 or 45. Sorry, let's wait for 45. Wait for 45. Very manipulative. Bang. 45's opened. Um, ES looks cleaner, but we have got this little internal SMT for longs. But I'm waiting for 45. 45's open. We've closed above those highs very nicely. We are now filling this 1 hour SIBI. Doesn't mean we are bearish. Yeah, because look what 1 minute show me. Do not marry bearish bias. Don't be those guys that say, oh, 1 hour SIBI, let's sell. No, wait. Okay, let's go on the 10 second. Actually, no, I'll go 5. Okay, again, another continuation day, right? But let's not marry that and let's wait for price to show us what we're going to do. So the macro just opened. So we have the 5 and the 15 to look at. We open very nice and bullish. We have this slight PXH here, but let's see how that candle closes. And we will form a imbalance here as well. Okay, cool. We formed the imbalance. Not showing much. Okay, we have this BISI here, basically a nice PXH range. And it's currently 48. At this point, I want to see 48, 49, and 50 be bullish if I want a long. Okay, 48 close like that. Okay. Okay. You can enter longs now, right? The 5 minute candle has rebalanced nicely. We have filled this BISI here. We haven't got any internal manipulation, but I don't think we need it. So you could enter on longs now, but let's wait for candle to close, like I said. I'm not making the same mistake again. Okay, candles closed there. Wait, we've just taken out that high. Let's see if price wants to go higher after taking out that high. Nothing yet. We're accumulating, we're accumulating, we're accumulating. Okay, we're going to see if this place above the high. Wait. You wait. See, we're accumulating. Now we've got some internal manipulation. Let price show you what it wants to do, right? Okay, so we filled this BISI again, and it's currently 57. There might be 10 a.m. news, so I'm just going to skip to 10 a.m. Let price show you what it wants to do. ES is going nice and higher, and NQ is just chopping, so NQ is the lagging one. Okay, boom. We've got an entry now at 10 a.m. So we had this PXH, would obviously enter here, stops below here or here, and then you wait. But right now we missed the entry, so let's wait for the next candle. Yeah, so boom, price is just going higher. So the entry here really and truly was this SIBI retest, BISI retest here or here. But then 10 a.m. open, I believe this was news. Yeah. And if you missed that entry, you could wait, you could get another entry, right? If you missed the 10 a.m. entry, you can wait. Okay, here again, we have a PXH here. We displaced through, we have a BISI again. This next candle should, I want to enter now, but I want it for candle to close, so let me go one. Okay, yep, and let's wick, bang. So let's try buy here with one. This is if you missed the 10 a.m. entry, so it is low probable because you already missed the first half of the trade. And then stops below this wick, so it's a very tight stop. How many pips points is this? 15 points. No one really has a 15-point stop. Do you understand? Let's just wait for price to show us that though. Yeah, you guys see that? You guys see that? There we go. So at this point in time, I'm watching ES as well. But from just seeing how we close above that this high is clearly the draw and it just took it out. So at this point in time, right, I'm keeping an eye on my stop loss. Yeah, I wouldn't trail just yet, and I want to target my 50 points. So let's see what happens. Let price move. See, if you trailed your break even, you would have got break even. And now, okay, now we took out this high. Now I'm like, okay, let's relax, let's wait. Because we could get stopped out here now. Yeah, see? So these trades like these, what I would do is when I see price do that, I'm breaking even straight away and I'm protecting myself. But that was a pretty much that was a harder entry to catch because we missed the move already. The entry was down here. Over here, his price is going to drop because 10 a.m. candle open, it needs to print. Do you understand? So now price will come lower. Yeah, so realistically, the entry was here. Yeah, and now it's just going to chop. Yeah. Would you have taken any entry before we place above and from PXH? I said that. Do you trust the first 1 minute candle, the 5 minute candle displaces or wait? I'll wait. Waiting for the entire manipulation to keep them getting exactly. Would you sacrifice more or like 1 to 2 more or for a higher win rate? Like I'm so confused myself. Anything I target more 1 to 2 is like 40%, 50%, and 1 to 2 is like around low 70s. Um, yes, I would sacrifice R over winning. I think win rate is way more important. Yeah, it's way more important. Next day. So yeah, the entry was here. Entry was here. I'm not entering though. That's annoying. I just keep showing you guys instead. We'll go for a few more and then we'll just go through some questions. Okay, so we have this. Right now we're chopping again. Wait, is this was this the next day? That's so weird. What? Let me refresh. Okay, remove indicators. Do that. 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 Drag that. Today is a Friday, so there's probably news. But it doesn't show me for some reason. Okay. Um, we are bearish now because we clearly that's what price is doing. So another continuation there. So market's open, but I'm not going to marry that bias. Let's wait for macro open. Okay, macro is opened now. Okay, at this point in time, you want to see what this BISI does, right? So let's wait for this BISI. Respects it. We take out this internal high. So now I'm assuming we're bullish, but we don't want to target too much because once again we displaced so much for macro open. You want to be careful. So we have this PXH and an entry here. But look, you could have got stopped out, so you just have to wait. Nothing much at this point. Is that 10 a.m. news? No. At this day, look at ES. It's literally just barcode, right? The bias is bearish, but we're just going higher because this is a high time for rebalance. So on this day, me personally, I'm not trading. Like yes, you see this busy respect, and you could enter off this wick. I'll target 50 points. But you guys, I wouldn't enter on this day. It's just chop. It's just chops. Friday is low probable, so okay. Market opens here. Let's go to macro. Okay, macro opens. So we're clearly very manipulative today as a Monday as well. I think so. Yeah, Monday manipulative. We're displacing higher. We have this thing here. I don't know why that's there, but we have that. Um, we have this 1 hour busy that we're respecting here. So let's see what 10 a.m. does and how it opens. 15-minute wick as well. 5 minute, 1 minute. Okay. And ES as well. Let's see if it's SMTs. No SMTs. So at this point in time, um, I want to see if this 15-minute candle closes above this high here. Right now, we're not doing that, but let's see what price does. Okay, boom. Macro's opened here. We can do PXH off that high, but let's wait for a proper rebalance. Okay, that's a nice rebalance, but not enough to show me that we're going higher. So you could enter off this like that. Obviously, in the time space of when price is actually moving, you would get in earlier. So you would target your 50 points or 30. You could do this, but I didn't wait for candle to close by the way, so this could go wrong. Okay. Okay, so what do these wicks mean? Let me hide this. What do these wicks mean? Manipulation to one side, but prices are closing above higher. Like I said, these wicks are very strong. It's prices trying to sell us, we're going low, but we're not doing that. We're closing higher again, and then obviously, I think our 50 points got met. There we go, bang, 30 points, sorry. Your 5 points got met, you could close for 30 points, but if you wanted a better entry, you would have to wait for 10 a.m. But that's your 30 points right there. Yeah. So look, if you hold for more than 30 points, majority of the time you're gonna have to go through some stress, and this is the stress you would go through. It's a Monday, you want to target 30 points, and boom, I go right there. You guys see that? I forgot to enter. I keep forgetting. Would you sacrifice? Yeah, I already said that. You guys see that, yeah? So PXH, we have multiple wicks. Prices indicating price will go higher. There's your 30 points on a Monday average. Yeah? I'm gonna go faster now because I don't want to spend too long on each day. So yeah, that's the bias, right? We were bearish at first, but then price showed us at market open that we're gonna go higher. Okay, again, once again, we set this high. We have this BISI. Just because we set that high doesn't mean we're bearish now, because we have this BISI that we need to disrespect, and we need more bearish structure to go lower. Yeah, we're clearly in a bullish trend. So yeah, it's a Tuesday, so it could be a nice and easy day. But we have this low here. Yeah, so let's see what price does at this low. Do we close below it or do we close above it after sweeping it? Okay, these wicks showing. Okay, let's see if the SIBI holds. SIBI holds. We can have PXL target, I guess, these lows, but that's too much. Obviously, we won't get 50 points. Okay, so this SIBI isn't really holding well. Okay, because opening in 2 minutes, and we are respecting this BISI and PXH range on the 1 hour. Yeah, so if you see that, you're assuming we're bullish. So at this point in time, you could premature enter right now, but that's not what we do. We wait for some more structure. Exactly, that's why. So you wait for more structure. Okay, so now we're going lower. And let's go to macro open. Okay, so macro is open now. We have this BISI here. Yeah. The 15-minute manipulate one more time. Because we're in a 1 hour BISI, we're gonna chop a lot within that 1 hour BISI. Because at the end of the day, the higher time frame the PD array, the more time it will take for price to move off of it. So let's see if the SIBI gets disrespected. No disrespect. We're going lower. Let's see if we get PXL of this. Okay. Yes, we closed below it, but there's not enough price movement to tell us that we're bearish. Okay. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. See, not enough. Why is it not enough? We're wicking. We're not showing any displacement. Yes, we displaced here, but you missed the move for shorts. We have the SIBI here. We're not showing any bullish price action. This is like an order block, and now we're respecting it. And we have like a little SMT. So now price is going to go higher. Okay, now look. What am I anticipating? This SIBI not to hold. Now, some people do enter longs off here, hoping, anticipating price will disrespect the SIBI. Yeah, people do that. You see what I'm saying? So at this stage, oh, I forgot to enter again. So at this stage, you can target this internal high or this high here. Now, what did I do? I just read what price is telling me. So we have the SIBI here. We wicked like 3 times, not showing anything. This is a rebalance candle of this within the SIBI, and now we're going higher, and you could target stuff like that. Yeah, bang. I think news did it for me. Yeah, you guys see that? Yeah. If we invert many 1 minute SIBIs, but we are inside of a 5 minute SIBI, do you wait for the 5 minutes to get inverted or the permission to enter? You wait. You wait. Yeah, that was an example of a reversal trade. So what I did is I just read what price was telling me. So we have a SIBI here, and we technically have a PXL, but I entered longs. Why is that? So we didn't get any displacement off the SIBI. If you were really short, like truly short, we would generally just tap once, maybe manipulate within this wick, and then displace lower, and we would enter off displacement and come lower. But we didn't do that. We came lower, wicked, close higher, came lower, wicked, close higher, came lower again, wicked, entered, bang, 50 points. Not one bearish candle. And news, I guess there was news, or maybe it's just 4 hour open, but it took my internal high anyways. And let's see just how price moves after. Yeah, still respecting the bullish idea. And just from SMT here. And now I think this is gonna now go really. I think this is gonna go like. I'm not even joking. I believe this is gonna go really high now, because let me show you guys something. Um, there's some source right here actually. What do you guys see? There's a 1 hour SMT with this wick and this wick. Yes, so ES swept the previous hour low. NQ didn't. We're in this 1 hour BISI, in this PXH. I think I took this trade And yeah, what happened was I took this trade, I got break even, then I entered again here, put stops below here, and this shit just pumped. You'll see it pump. Yeah, see? There you go. Off the screen now. Yeah, so that moved for like another 50 points as well. And then if you missed this entry that I took, you'd wait for 10 a.m. and then 10:04, and then we maybe a bit here, but the entry where I took was the right entry. You recommend to wait for confirmation of disrespect or enter early like you did. I recommend waiting for confirmation of disrespect. What I did here when I entered early, the reason why I did that is because the wicks was showing me that we were going to displace higher. But if you want to wait for confirmation that price displacing this clear value gap, what candle do you look at? So let me actually delete that. The candle that showed us we're going to go higher. So this candle here, we wicked within it, went lower here, closed up here. This candle here we opened, came lower, closed higher. We completely disrespect the CB now. This candle again did that, and you would enter off this candle here, stops below here, and then you can target your 50 points. Yeah. Um, exactly. 1 hour basically the confirmation due, and then it went into 50%. Do you only enter when there are no opposing PD areas? Yes, much easier. You hold for the entire move, as hold for the entire move. Will you trail stop loss since you knew we were going higher? Keep placing SR each placement? No, yeah, I will trail. If you're targeting more than 50 points, always trail. Always trail. So once I entered here and I saw displacement, I was targeting this high, but then I held for more, obviously, because that's what I was doing. But you target of 50 points, and you got it. This is literally perfect. Aligns with your 50 points. Price came lower, and then we went higher even more. And if you were entered here somehow, you will trail at this fair value gap low, and then once price displays above this high here, you'll trail here, and then we moved eventually there. Can you also say that also the bottom 1 minute SMT? Yeah, so it isn't just a 1 minute SMT. This SMT was so strong, it was on the 1 hour as well. 15, 5, 1 hour, it was on all of them. And not 4 hour though. It was literally on every single time frame but the 4 hour and daily, etc. So this SMT was very strong. But you didn't need to wait for that because you already got your 50 points here. Yeah, so that was the trade off. That was probably the best trade to hold on that day. So yeah. Next day. So now we're getting the hang of it, right? So I go on the 4 hour, I look at price, what's price telling me? We're going higher, right? We're in the bullish trend. Let's not try to inverse the bullish trend unless this 4 hour candle should tell us that. 1 hour as well. We're within this BISI, but we're clearly not holding it. We're not holding it at all, right? So we're chopping within it. 1 hour as well, we're just choppy, we're choppy chop. So let's just wait for market to open. We open, we come lower, we go higher. Let's just see what price wants to do. And now 45 is in a few minutes. Now, okay, macro is open just now. So what's macro telling me? What I do first as soon as macro opens is I go on the 15-minute time frame because that's what macro has done. That's what the next candle is basically, right? So 15-minute time frame, we have an SMT with this low. Doesn't mean we're bullish. I'm just waiting for what price wants to show me. So we zoom into the 1 minute and the 5 minute. And we have this BISI here and price is kind of holding it. So let's just wait. Okay, now we disrespect that BISI. So right now we're more bearish than bullish. Why? Because we formed bullish structure and now we're completely inversed it. So people, if they're fast with it, they see this wick, they see we close basically disrespecting the SIB and they would enter off here, stops above this high, and then target this internal low, and then obviously they can target more than that because that's not where price wants to go. It clearly wants to go lower to these equal lows here, so we'll just target these equal lows here. But me personally, I would wait a bit longer because macro just opened, and I would wait, but this probably would work out. Yeah, see. So okay, so now at this point in time, I'm waiting for PXL. I'm waiting for PXL because we can have an SMT with this low here, so I'm waiting for PXL. Okay, so so look, when things like this happen, we come to this low, sweep it, but then the next candle displaces through it. So that's disrespecting the idea we're going higher. So I'm waiting for this candle to close. Nothing just hit, no rebalance. No rebalance, we're just printing bearish candles. Okay, now we're rebalancing. So the 5 minute, I want to see the 5 minute rebalance into this area here, and then we come lower. Yeah, even though we took out draws, but we clearly want to go lower. That's a rebalance off this PXL, but we missed that, we didn't get that. Okay, we wait. Okay, now at this point, price is printing more bearish candles. We don't want to, at this point in time, I don't think it's going to tap this area here. And yeah, so right now it's 52, so I'm going to wait. If this next candle is bearish, I'm going to enter. Okay, so I would enter off this candle here and then stop above this high, and then that's what I'll do. So look, see what I'm saying? So look, like the example I just gave, where this 5 minute Sibi, I was waiting for this to get tapped, but it never got tapped. So you have to just zoom in and wait for these wicks. So this wick here was good, this wick here was good, and this placement popped off there. And you could even enter off this candle, but it's just backtesting. It doesn't show me the candles properly. And there's another PXL entry here. So whenever you see like a 5 minute BSC, SIBI, 15 minute, anything like that, and price is not tapping into it, you want to just assume that it's just leaving everyone. It's going to go lower. So look, we never got we only got two bearish candles. That's why I love looking at wicks, right? So when we so this is a good entry here. When we swept this low here and disrespected the idea, you could enter off this idea and then put stops above this high or maybe this high. But this high is more safe, right? 25-point stop's not that bad. The reason why I would enter shorts is when you mark out, this is an internal low, right? So we swept it with this candle. So now you're expecting price to go higher if this is correct. But the absolute next candle disrespected the idea. And also the next candle. So you could just market execute, putting stops above this SIBI just in case price may retrace. But because we swept this low and then displaced through it, we're going to hold. And you can hold for your 30 and 50, which is right here. And this is going to keep melting. Yeah. That's your 50 points right there. So that's where I would have entered properly, or above this wick as well. But it's pretty difficult when you're focusing on one 5 minute BIS or SIBI. So that's a really good entry. So whenever you see, like I'll draw it out for you guys. Whenever you see like an internal high or low like that, and you see price sweep it, and then not respect the idea we're going to go higher, instead of you actually just basically kind of use it as a PXL to go lower. That's where you want to enter on continuation days. So basically, example is this. Do you guys understand? How do I know Salman? I don't know him like that. I just met him through thingy. No problem, guys, but I'm just here to help in it. Can you explain thought process one more time? Yeah, so the fact, yes, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So my thought process is this internal low. If we are truly bullish, we will tail sweep this low, which we did at this candle, but we'll show price being bullish. We never did that. We disrespected that idea literally the next candle. So we literally swept this low and then decided to say, nope, I don't like that. I want to go lower. At that moment in time, it's enough confirmation to short because we're disrespecting the idea that price is bullish. And there's nothing else to work with if you want to be bullish, right? What is there to work with? You don't want to see people pattern trading buys because they just see one title soup and say, yep, long right now, boom, for title soup. But they got raped in 1 minute. Do you understand? So in times like these, you just wait. And this candle here shows you prices going lower, and this candle, and also this candle here. It's like a rebalance candle. Yeah. Tapped into this PXO. But it's all easier for me saying that right now. But when you're in action hindsight, you want to keep an eye on these type of lows and highs. So if price was truly bullish, we'd come up here, and then we'd sweep this high. Price acts like we're going lower, then completely just goes higher in one candle or two candles. Do you understand? Yeah, that's my entry. So if you missed those entries and you want to wait for 10 a.m., which we did now, let's see if there's another entry. So we have this low here. Let's just act like we missed the entry, right? So we have this low here that price hasn't swept yet. So I'm assuming that's the next DOL. So obviously this next 15-minute candle has to print. So right now it's 10:02. So let's wait. It's not too late. We have this SIBI here. It's not enough though. Okay, we wait. We're accumulating. Okay, we're accumulating. What are we doing? We're manipulating to one side. Technically both sides. I'll just wait. Yeah, we're manipulating more to the downside, and then once we see this candle close bearish, you can enter. Bang, and then yeah, so you can enter off this candle here, but it's too late. It's too late. What we did, yeah, we just respected this civi on the 1 minute. So once you see this, you could enter, put stops above here, and then enter shorts as well. But it's too late. The raw entry was here, right here, and you could catch a lot of points if you're a person that holds for a lot of points. Move the 120 because this is literally the reason we basically disrespected the resistance level. I don't know what it's called. Support resistance, one of them. We set this low and then disrespected idea. That's one of the main conferences you would use to short. So you're always looking for what price is going to do a next deal on liquidity and allow that. Yes, exactly. The RR, ES just used for SMTs. So for the RR on that trade, if you was to, um, let's say you entered off this candle, you can put stops above the SIBI to just in case, and you target your 50 points. At that moment, it's already like 1 to 2. But um, me personally, you would obviously trail once you see that. So then you just trail like here, and your RR gets better. But I think If I was in this trade, I would enter off this candle here, put stops above here, and then your RR could be a nice. If you targeted 100 points, but don't do that. You don't want to sit through that. But it's 1 6. So yeah, that's that day. So like I said, the model's so good on continuation days. Very, very good on continuation days. And those are the easiest days to trade. That's why Daniel only trades continuation days, and he's profitable. So especially in these May conditions as well. So yeah, now again, um, we've. I believe this is a new day open. I don't think it is. But at this point in time, we're showing bearish price action, but it could be mixed bias because we're chopping on the 4 hour, and market's just opened, and we took out this internal low and going higher. So let's wait for macros to open. Okay, bang. So this is macro. Market's just open. Sorry. Let's wait for macro. So we're dumping lower again. Macro is opening in 2 minutes. 1, 2. Boom. So now we have this next 15-minute candle. What do? We close below this low, and we clearly are targeting lower. There's not enough bullish structure at all to go higher. ES as well. I think we close below another low. Yeah, this ES looks a bit clean. So at this point in time, what you do before macro opens, you want to mark out the highs and lows on the 5 and 15, and see if price closes above or below it, depending on which way price is moving. So at this point in time, I'm seeing price close below this low, meaning we're going to go lower, right? This if price tells suited, then we're going higher. But at this point in time, price is showing me that we're going lower, especially how we moved all the way down here. And you want to zoom out on the 1 hour if we move too much. But I don't think this is a gap. I think it's just bugging out. So at this point in time, not enough bullish structure to go higher. This is total soup, kind of SMT. So let's just wait for price to give us signs that we want to go lower. Right, so let's wait for this 15-minute candle to print higher, then come lower. Okay. You have the Sibi. Let's see if we disrespect the Sibi. Bang. Sibi disrespect. Wait one more candle. See what I'm saying? That's why you wait for candle closure, because you could have entered shorts here, and now you're basically panicking now, thinking what the hell just happened. You see price, the body's literally down here, and look what it just done. So you just want to wait, and you would have got stopped out in literally 1 minute, because you don't want to anticipate price. You have to wait for candle closure. So now it's 49. So at this point, I'm waiting for 5 minute open, because look what 5 minutes doing, respecting this order block. So let's wait 50. Bang. Okay, so now we're bullish, right? We respected this BISI. So if you were bullish, then you could enter off that BISI. But me, I was bearish. So let's just wait. We tapped into the Sibi. There's a PXH entry here, but it's not enough for me personally, because now we left a big, massive BISI. Okay, so now this 5 minutes showing higher price. We've now disrespected the idea of PXH of these lows, so now we're clearly going higher. The 1 hour is now wicked. The 4 hours also now wicked. But let's wait for 10 a.m. now. At this point, I'm waiting for 10 a.m. Unless we see an entry. Let's see if this BISI holds. This is not important. Let's see if this BISI holds. Okay, okay. What do we have here? We basically have internal manipulation, right? We have this little slightly lower SMT here. Price disrespected that idea. And now if this candle closes very nice and bullish, I'm going to enter. Bang. Okay, now at this point I'm entering. So let me enter. I'll actually do 2 lots because I need to actually trade properly, bro. And then let me get the stop loss. Stop loss, save. At this point I'm putting stops below the wick. So I did not wait for candle closure, but I'm confident now because at this point we have a 20-point stop loss. You could have a larger stop loss like here, but that's only if you risk a lower contract size, just because you will risk too much. There's a 50 points. 2 candles, guys. 2 candles. There you go. Yeah, so you guys see that? 2 candles. What did I do? I waited for internal manipulation. So we had this slight SMT, which then it got swept, and we closed above here. So that's why I will wait for candle closure. So once you see this candle close, just press enter, and I promise you, you're up 50 points in 1 candle. Internal manipulation was within this BISI here, PXH BISI, but it's not even internal manipulation. It's just more price filling the BISI more. But it's because people could enter off this BISI and then put stops below this wick, trying to get the higher R's, and they just got stopped out, and now it's price moving higher. So that's price moving higher. And I believe we could target these relative highest up here. So let's just say bun it, and let's target this high up here, 80 points. Let's see what price does. Let's see if price does it. We're chopping. We're not showing any indication price is going lower. We just got edged, but we hold, we hold, we hold, we hold, we hold. Obviously, I don't recommend this, right? This is your TP. Yeah, this is your TP. Well, this is just for fun because you don't want to sit through this. Okay. No way it hits TP now. Oh, it actually will. Unless you're from SMT. Oh, we did. Okay, so I would have closed by now. So yeah, I want to see if this hits TP though. So I see this is the prime example why you don't trade and target too many points. 'Cause you're sitting through this thinking, bro, when is it hitting TP? When is it hitting TP? When is it hitting TP? It finally hit TP, but you don't want to sit through. But imagine trying to close here, like, that's so long. But yeah, you can see the trade idea eventually played out. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this is the trade where you could enter while displacement is yes, 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 yes. What indicated that big displacement candle for me? This candle here. This candle here. Again, if this, let me click X so I can actually. If this candle here was on the 15-minute time frame, this is a 15-minute BISI, what do you think the next candle is going to do? That. Price is fractal. This, we filled the BISI once, we manipulated within the BISI, PXH, bang. There's your 50 points targeted internal high. Yeah? But yeah, that's price. And I believe this does go higher because there's no indication price is coming lower, right? The 4 hour looks so bullish. We want to target this. So yeah, so I'll explain my thought process one more time just to understand because we've done this for a while now. But yeah, this is the manipulation candle. This right here. It doesn't show like it didn't super internal low or high, but it's the way it closed. That's what you need to notice, because at the end of the day, this candle here was basically like this candle or like this candle. It was print that was what's on your screen, but it didn't close. It was like 25 seconds, 30 seconds left. We come lower. It was literally a full body. It was literally like this. I'll draw out for you guys. The body was like that. Let me get rid of this. The body was like that, and the wick was like that, right? But then what did price do? We completely disrespected that idea, and we did that. That means we basically rebalanced on the 1 minute, and now we went higher. So that's what it was. So yeah, any questions about that? How I got that mad displacement candle? Well, we also wicking numerous times in that CB, which is significant reversal. Exactly. A lot of wicks to one. Yeah, for real. A lot of wicks to one side means we'll probably manipulate and then go higher. Yeah. Any questions before I move to the next trade? Because we've been on for a while now, but I hope you guys understand. That's what I'm trying to preach here, candle closer. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to get manipulated. That's the main reason why people lose their trades because they get manipulated and they're too impatient. I thought Simon told us wait for internal manipulation. There's even internal manipulation or just rebalance. Candle close is key, exactly. So yeah, because at the end of the day, if you get a habit of waiting for candle closure, what are you gonna do? You're installing those habits where you're waiting for price well, you're waiting. You're basically waiting, right? That's what you're doing. So yeah, next day, once again, same usual habits. Now we look bearish because we tapped this 4 hour bit Sibi and we're coming lower. These equal lows are very tangible right now, and ES is looking similar. So I'm bearish, just like that. I'm bearish. Doesn't mean I'm marrying the bias. Does not mean I'm marrying the bias. Just have that bias in the back of your mind, right? But just don't marry it. Because unless you're mixed. If you're mixed, then that's fine. Let's wait for markets to open. Opens, we get displacement through this low. Now, at this point in time, what did I say? I am waiting for the 15-minute or 5 minute to close below or above the low or high. So here I'm waiting for price to close below this low, right? Because we're going lower. What does price do? Doesn't show any sign of that. So let's wait for 50. Let's wait for 45. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, so at this point in time, yes, we did not close below, but it closed pretty bearish, especially in the 5 minute, right? So now at this point in time, I'm just waiting for some structure. So we opened here. So, we opened, where do we open? Here. Came lower, came higher, now we're coming lower again. We disrespected this BISI on ES, and if we're truly bearish, we're going to start printing bearish candles right now. So we're not. Okay, now, okay, we have the Sibi respect, but at the end of the day, we're just chopping. We haven't shown, at this point in time, you could enter shorts off the Sibi, just off the Sibi respect. You could. Assuming price, I'm gonna do that actually because at this point right now, like we're coming lower now. The 5 minute looks pretty good. I'm assuming these lows are gonna get smacked, but there could be a chance it's SMT, so I'm gonna wait one more. Actually, no. Mm, I'm doing it for the stats. Can't lie. The 1 hour looks. Oh, look at that 1 hour, guys. Look at that 1 hour. What is that telling you? We're coming lower, so I'm gonna enter shorts. I'm gonna enter shorts as sell, and my stops are going to be above this wick. So let me add a stop. This is a bit impatient, but I'm anticipating right now. Stops above here, a bit higher. Target your. So obviously you don't want to target around the 50 points. You want to target where price wants to go. There's this wick low here, so we'll just target that, which is also like 50 points basically. So let's see what price does. I did not wait for candle closure though, so this could backfire on me. Let's see. Okay, we're moving, we're moving. So at this point in time, we're disrespecting the idea we're bullish because the SMT isn't holding. Okay, you wait. Okay, now the SMT's holding. Now the SMT's holding, but you wait. Oh, I just got edge. Was that 10 a.m. news? Oh, but I didn't even know that was news, bro. I didn't wait for news. But I think we still go lower. Okay, the trade idea still played out, but I didn't see that 10 a.m. news. But you guys see that? What did I do? I just respected this. This Sibi was respected. This is basically, if this was the 1 minute, what do you see here? Price manipulating low so many times, right? Once, twice, and then three times here. So yeah, this is a nice entry for shorts. You guys see that? Entire low for SMT. Exactly, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, Me personally, I'm holding because this 15-minute candle is telling me we're going lower. This 1 hour candle is telling me to go lower. But this is just me personally. Like, you're not supposed to do this, obviously, because you want to just get your 50 points. But this is a nice high time from day. And I actually believe we're hitting this. I genuinely believe we're hitting this. I think we're hitting this. I actually remember this day. Everyone watched this, yeah? I think I remember this day. Let me just close when it gets there, yeah? Watch this, yeah? Let me go on 1 minute. Yeah, I think this is hitting. Bang. You guys see that? Yeah, I think I took this trade. I think I took this trade, but I waited for 10 a.m. news, and this SMT what made me take this trade. So ES took out the 10 a.m. news high, and Q didn't, and that's how I caught this in my trade. I think this is my biggest trade yet. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I took this trade, but you're not everyone's doing this. Everyone. So I forgot it was 10 a.m. So at this point, you wait for 10 a.m. You see price manipulating to one side. You wait for price to displace through, and then you could enter off displacement here. Right here is good at entry as well, and you just target 50 points. But let me close this because the equals on my draw. That equals was my draw. I think I'm making a lot here. How much am I making? 10K. The stats are going crazy right now. The stats are actually going crazy. Yeah, I'm recording this by the way. I think it's like a 2 hour recording, but yeah, I'll top up. It is ego, 100%. Just target of 50 points, bro. This is just for the stats, bro. But my draw got hit. That's my point. My draw got hit. 'Cause I remember this day. I remember this day. But yeah, so 10 a.m. news opened. We had an internal SMT, and then we displaced through this low. Right? It's the same concept again. What do I keep saying? Mark out your external highs and lows, right? So this is your low. We're clearly going bearish, right? Let me get rid of this. Wait for it to get swept or displaced through. So as you can see, 10 a.m. did that. So at this point in time, right, people are thinking bad because we total supered it, but just wait for price to show you that. We never got that. We swept it total soup, right? Next candle, next three candles, we're indicating price was bullish, but we didn't get any bullish price action. So we then closed here. Now we're disrespecting the idea we're going higher off this internal sweep. So you could enter off this candle, even this PXL candle, and then price runs lower. So it's the same concept that I showed you guys earlier with the other trade. Literally on continuation days, just mark out the lows and highs and wait for price to displace through it. And then if price does something like this, where it sweeps it, wait for price to show you bullish price action. And if not, we're bearish. And clearly that happened, right? Yeah. I'm gonna drop it in the. I'll probably drop it in announcements because I don't think there's a backtesting group. If there isn't, I'll just drop it. You guys see that, yeah? Oh, my Camney joined. Yo, so you guys see that, yeah? Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, FX replay thought process. Yeah, cool. How many more should I go through? Should I go through one more and then we'll go through
Yo,
questions? Yo, bro. Yeah, I
what you
told
saying,
Simon to
bro?
do it. You need to do it. Hi, yo,
How long you been doing this
bro. I
session for?
think it's been how long? It's been like 1 hour. How long has it been, bro? two
Alright.
hours, bro. Time flies. We're grinding, bro. We're grinding. We're grinding. We're grinding. It doesn't even feel like it's been
Did
2 hours.
you trade today?
Huh?
Did you trade today?
No, of course not, bro. Why am I trading? What kind of
I
question is
can't,
that?
bro. I can't lie. 950 printed, bro. I can't lie.
Nah,
The
I
London
saw
low.
charts. Yeah, I saw charts. It was nice bearish candles, but I didn't enter. I wasn't
Yeah, it
even on
wasn't
charts,
bad.
bro. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go
so
through a
yeah.
few more trades and we'll go through some questions and then we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll go through this one now. So yeah, again, same. Okay, what we doing now? 1 hour, 4 hour. What we doing? Okay, so we have this low here we took out. Let's see if price closes below that low. So we're clearly bearish, right? So I think this is when Trump was going mad. So let's just assume we're bearish automatically, right? So market opens now. Bang. See, bearish. So this is the days where market was just very bearish. So let's wait for. So again, another day. What we're doing? We're marking out the lows and highs and see if we close below it or we sweep it for reversals, yeah? So let's mark it like that. Let's see if we close below it. You're seeing that already, you're thinking, yeah, we're clearly closing below it. So let's just, bro, you see what I'm saying? But so now at this point in time, you're waiting for 40, you're waiting for 45, you're waiting for macro. Macro has opened in, no, macro's open now. So now at this point in time, you're disregarding this low here and you're going to this low. So macro open, you could have shorted off this macro open PXL, but me personally, I'm waiting because there's no point trying to force an entry. The draw at this point is God knows where, so just target your 50 points. So now I'm waiting for a nice PXL entry, maybe off this 5 minute imbalance there. So let's wait. We wait. We haven't got any form of manipulation. So now, okay, now we enter the civvy. Let's see if we close properly. No close or properly. That means we might go higher. Okay, now at this point, if this candle closes here, we could just enter shorts. Okay, bang. So I'm gonna enter shorts here. Put target this. That's too much. Oh, this is when tariff was out. That's too much. But this is when tariff was out, so you have to understand that. Tariff was out, and we saw here. And then stop loss. This could be a big loss though, because it's pretty nice, right? You have your PXO, you have your BIS SIBI, you see price respecting it, you enter, right? And it's target your 50 points, which is here. So it's almost a 1-to-1. So I might target a bit more because it's a bit bad. Let's just see. Okay, now at this point in time, I'm like, okay, this is bad, right? Because we're respecting this order block. What did I not do? I didn't wait for internal manipulation. That's what I didn't do. So we've got that manipulation there. Let's see if price holds it. No, so I might get stopped. Yeah, bang, stopped. Didn't wait. Pattern traded PXL. That's how you get stopped. Yeah, that's the mistake I just made. So we don't want to do that. So let's keep watching. Okay, so now we're reaching 10 a.m. So we're clearly going higher now. We have this high that we displaced through. So let's wait. We respect SPICY. Let's wait. Okay, now we're in this SPICY. It's almost 10 a.m. Let's wait. Okay, so now at this point, we're respecting this SPICY nicely. You could enter longs here. And we'll go higher. There you go. I think that's 50 points, by the way. Uh, yeah, it is. There's 50 points there, though. But it's going to go higher. Yeah? So what I did here, I pattern traded PXL. And that's how you get stopped out because I didn't wait for proper confirmation. I didn't wait for candle closure. So this candle closed yet, but this candle didn't show me displacement and it pulls like that. So that means we're going to go higher. Yeah? So that's literally how you catch reversals. Exactly. I just entered anticipation because I'm just rushing it now because I rushed it. We just manipulate lower and now we're going higher. Now we're going to target higher draws. Next day open. Okay, I'm going to do one more and then we'll ask questions because this has gone for too long and I hope this recording saves because we've gone for a long time. Yeah? Okay, so 1 hour. I'm going to leave off with the W though. We're clearly bearish, right? 4 hour. We swept these lows, but we haven't look. This is basically another example where we sweep lows, but we don't show any bullish price action just yet. So let's just wait for price to move, right? Okay, so we have no SMT. Okay, we have an SMT here, but let's see if that SMT holds, right? Because we have double SMT. Okay, this is a good day. Where you see double SMT, just wait for price to displace through one of them. That's literally it. That's all you have to do. Do not try to anticipate price that is going to respect the one SMT you think because it's bearish. Don't just wait for price to displace through the one of them. So wait, that market's opened. That's macro open, right? Yes. Okay, macro's opened. We have this high here. We displace through it. So we have this BISI here. We tap this BISI. Let's see how this candle close. Which should actually just close. Let's see its next candle. Next candle close. Okay, so now we have some internal manipulation within that BISI. Let's see how this candle closes. Okay, bearish. We're now bearish now because we just wicked in this CB so much. So you could enter shorts now. Bang. This candle here, nice and easy candle to enter shorts on. I'm just gonna say who cares? Let's enter shorts, bro. There's no point. And I'll wait too long. I'm just gonna enter shorts. It's a bit premature. I didn't wait for candle closure again. Okay, where's my 50 points? One sec. That's 30. You could target that internal low, but the R is bad. This low looks juicy. Yeah, so we'll target that low. We wait. At this point now, I'm trading stop here at this internal high here. There's no point price coming here again. Actually, I'll hold it for now though, because it's backtesting. Who cares? Okay. Again, bro, is that 10 a.m. news again? I think it is. Maybe it's not, but I see. If even I chose my stop loss here, I would have still survived. Yeah, so let's just wait. Bang. Another day. What did I do? Bro, I just saw this high price displace through it, but we weren't respecting the PXH. So I used that as basically like an inverse PXH and I entered off this displacement candle here. Stops above here and then target your internal low. You guys see that? Would I have went BE? No. Once I see this, I'm not going BE just yet. I'm not gonna lie. I may put stop loss here or here, but you can see it never touched it unless spread violates you. But I'm not going BE. There's no point going BE. Why am I going BE? Like I just accept my risk, man. There's no point. If I'm going BE, that means price will probably come up here again. There's no point going BE. Let my price trade and let price move. Yeah. So you could target this external low as well. But I've already closed my trade now. Let me close my trade now because I don't want to hold this trade for too long. I'm closing my trade now. Yeah. That's for 50 points again. Bro, look at the stats, bro. We're up like 24%. Yeah, see, look, this is why you just catch your 50 points. You don't want to go through the mental headaches. But eventually your take profit got hit, yeah? So that's the 10 a.m. trade. And the entry was here of this disrespect of the Sibi. So what did I do first? I mark out this high here, that I mark it open. See if we close above it, which we did. Actually, we did, right? Actually, no, we didn't. On the 5 minute we did, but I want to see if price wants to go higher. We have the Sibi, we have PXH, we wait. People are trying to buy here, they get stopped out. I'm using that as like an inverse. Price taps in during news as well, and we go lower, and then price will probably go even more lower. But once we take out that low, again, same type of thought process. Pretend this was macro, right? It's this macro actually. We have this internal low. We have this low here that could be a target. We sweep the internal low. Do we go higher? No, we don't. We're going lower. So that's an indication of price telling you, okay, let's go higher now after we sweep this low. But then we don't. We completely flip. Bang. See my point? This is what I do, bro. It's on continuation reversals day. Just mark out these. Wait for price to displace through it, sweep it. What does price do at these areas? Because at the end of the day, this is where people get in. Like average traders or average retail traders, they buy here. This is their stop loss, right? It gets hit, it does that, and they revenge trade or whatever. But this is how I don't even know how that works. But you see, guys, see my point. So the moral of today's backtesting lecture is candle closure and these highs and lows. The way what does price do at these highs and lows, and let that be your bias. Yeah, I'm recording it. So yeah, let me stop recording because it's been like 3 hours. Stop.